Welcome to Hocking College Football, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And good afternoon and welcome. We are live from Hocking College for some college football here on your Saturday afternoon. Another picture-perfect day for football here in southeastern Ohio. The Hocking Hawks welcome the Erie Community College Cats for a date here on October the 4th. This is another matchup, and I say another because my name is Daniel Barner alongside Tad Steinbring. Tad and I were at the Nelsonville York game versus Wellston yesterday, high school football here in southeastern Ohio, and that game was between two teams that were on very opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Nelsonville York, a very good football team. Wellston struggling this year. Another kind of similar story here in this one, with Hocking coming in 1-4 overall, Tad. Erie comes in 4-1, and they have some playmakers on the offensive side of the football, led out by head coach Mike Kemp. He also calls the offense. He has been doing a great job all year long for the Cats in terms of putting them in position to win games. And when I talk about putting your team in position to win games, well, Craig Moore has done that for the Hocking Hawks, but they haven't been able to capitalize. We'll go back to last week. I talked with Coach Moore this morning, Tad, and he told me going into the fourth quarter last week, the game was 24-0. Hocking was losing at the time, but they made it a game. They only lost by 4 to Nassau Community College. 24-20, the final score. A lot of fight, a lot of battle in this Hawks team. He put his team in position to score the whole game. He said they made it to the red zone 3 times before that fourth quarter, but they weren't able to capitalize in any of them. Before the half, they had a drive inside the red zone where they stalled out, a turnover on downs. They had 2 other drives in the red zone where they had drop passes in the end zone that would have been touchdowns. So that negated points. Come fourth quarter, they actually pulled Brent Upshaw out of the game, and it wasn't because of performance. Craig told me that they wanted to keep him healthy going into this game and the rest of the season. Down 24-0, he was talking about how they wanted to try to cut their losses where they were at, and they wanted to get Luke Ferris, the younger quarterback, some time in there. And Luke came in and really impressed Craig Moore. Really good decision-making, quick on his feet, quick decision-making, and he led that comeback. Christian Curry at the receiver position made a couple of nice plays in order to help them get down the field. They went for 2 on their first touchdown to try to make it a 2-score game. Didn't end up getting it. They would score 2 more times. They got 1 2-point conversion the rest of the way, ending up losing 24-20. But coming into today, head coach Craig Moore told me that we can expect to see Luke Ferris and Brent Upshaw kind of split some time at that quarterback position. So it'll be definitely really interesting to see how this plays out in the backfield today. He did say that Brent Upshaw would start at quarterback, but we can expect to see Luke in the second quarter get a couple of series in there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Luke in the backfield. I know that we've talked about Brent a lot so far this year through our 2 games. He looks really good at the quarterback position. He's got a heck of an arm, but that last game that we saw him against Detroit, maybe not as accurate as he was that first game against Ohio Valley.
That had a lot to do with the fact that he was under pressure quite a bit in that game.
Yes, he was.
And it's kind of an odd start to the season for the Hawks in that they started out in the first couple, 2-3 games, really putting up a lot of points. They were certainly keeping things up offensively, where the struggles were on the defensive side. But in the last couple games, it's kind of flipped where they've struggled, to put points on the board until, of course, the fourth quarter of this last game. And so maybe they're finding some ways, some balance there where both the offense and defense can match their efforts Saturdays on the field. And so we're going to find out today against a very good Erie team just exactly where they're at and how much they've progressed over the last couple weeks since the last time we saw them here at Hocking College.
This is an Erie team that won their first 4 ball games before losing last week to Hudson Valley Community College 42-14. So they took some licks last week, did this Erie team. So you know that they're going to come out here ready to go, ready to put it on the Hawks. But the Hawks, on the other side of the football, they've lost 4 straight. So you know that they're ready to come out here in front of their home crowd and make some noise. So it definitely should be interesting, should be a fun matchup today between the Hocking College Hawks and the Erie Community College Cats. We'll step aside and be right back here from Hocking College.
Everyone, please stand in honor of our great country for the play.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career, or try something totally new. This is your sign. Right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
And welcome back. We just had a great rendition of the national anthem down on the field, and we are ready to rock. We still got about 7 minutes until kickoff, so maybe not ready to rock just yet. But
it's not too often that you see a solo trumpet player doing the national anthem these days.
No, that was impressive.
That was neat to see.
That was impressive. We have a gorgeous day for football. It's not too hot, as has been the case. It seems like the first 2 games of the year. Got a little bit of a breeze flowing through today, which is really nice up here.
Well, we're also in the shade, Daniel, and we don't have helmets on.
That's
sure.
true.
Yeah,
that is
pads
true.
On. I'm sure they're a little warmer out there on the field than we are right here, but it is a beautiful day here on the campus of Hocking College. Just a fabulous. I think it's their family day, and so I believe that folks are getting in for free today, and we have a nice crowd showing up, and people are starting to roll in, and we got a few minutes here before kickoff. And again, as we were talking, Daniel, it's going to be interesting to see how Hocking College responds. Certainly they've had some struggles here lately, but you go back to that fourth quarter of the last game, there's a lot of hope that's built around that, right? And so maybe they saw some things happening there with the quarterback that they can take advantage of both quarterbacks, right? It's not like Upshaw. I mean, they have 2 quarterbacks. They have 2 options now, 2 really good options, it sounds like, at the quarterback positions where they can probably take advantage of the strengths of each quarterback. And really, that can create some headaches for defenses, especially for a defense who has not really had a chance to see a lot of it. Now, they may have seen the fourth quarter of it from this last week if they were able to get the film on it, which I'm sure they were. But, that's not a whole lot of film to look and study and try to figure out, what they're doing offensively if you're the Erie defensive coordinator. And so you might have a little advantage here, especially to start this game if you're Hocking College, and that you can utilize both of these quarterbacks in a way that some teams have not seen yet.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You talk about this Erie defense maybe not seeing Luke Ferris as much. Well, this is an Erie defense that has been really good so far this year. They have not given up more than 22 points in all of just one game, and that was last week in their loss to Hudson Valley Community College. So in that 4-game winning streak that they had to start the season, they had given up 19 points, 7 points, 22 points. They also pitched a shutout. Now, granted, they played 3 JV teams in that 4-game stretch. So how tough really was that competition? Well, we don't know all too well just how tough that competition was, but they were coming away with wins, and that's what you got to do. And they were coming away with wins, a couple of them handedly, a couple of them close. They have 2 one-point wins, and they also have 2 wins of 4 or more scores. So definitely, I would say it's almost like a wild card in a way, because they've got good numbers, they've got a good record, but how much of a challenge is this Hocking team going to be for them today, in terms of how much of a challenge Utica JV team was, or Buffalo State Junior Varsity, or Brockport Junior Varsity?
Right.
That remains to be seen, because this Hocking team, it's not a junior varsity team.
It's always honestly it's always a mystery when you're at this level of college football, because you're dealing with a lot of young folks, typically freshmen and sophomore at the most, who are coming together from all walks of life in all parts of the country, and it takes some time for that to all work its way through the program, right, and figure that out. And so you may be halfway through the season before you figure out, okay, who is our best quarterback, who is our best starting safety, who is our best defensive end, right? It takes some time for that to get figured out.
It's just really tough at this level because everybody's young.
Yes.
Everybody's a freshman. Everybody's a sophomore. When you look at this roster for Hocking College, you got Luke Ferris, who got some time at quarterback last week like we talked about, and he's only a freshman. And Brent Upshaw, he's also really young. He's only a freshman as well. So you got a freshman starting at quarterback regardless of who they run out there. Now, Coach Craig Moore did tell me it would be Upshaw to start the game, but that we would see Luke Ferris come second quarter around that time. So he was really impressed with what he saw from Luke Ferris, to the point that it might also be a little bit short of a leash for Brent Upshaw. If he struggles early in this game, Coach Moore knows that he has a really solid backup quarterback in Luke Ferris. So definitely something to keep our eyes on.
Well, the one thing I want to point out that also kind of stuck out in my head when you talked, you gave me the rundown of what happened in the last game. We had that conversation last night, and the thing that kind of stuck out in my head too was the Hawks only gave up 20-some points, right? And during that comeback that they were experiencing in the fourth quarter, they weren't getting scored against, right? And so that tells me that the Hocking College defense is starting to turn around, right? The game that we saw here a couple weeks ago, they were on their side of the field almost the entire game. They were having to defend basically the 40 end the entire game, and they only gave up, I can't remember, it was 20-some odd points in that game exactly. But, I mean, they literally could have given up 50, 60 points in that game had they not played better. And so the defense really showed up in that game, and it sounds like they also showed up last week. Maybe the offense is starting to get back on course and figuring things out. It sounds like based on that fourth quarter of this last game.
Hey, Deb, we'll dive into that defense a little more specifically here as the day goes on. It does look like Erie won the toss. They elected to defer, so I believe if I was reading hand signals and everything correctly from up here in the press box, it looks like Hocking will get the football to start the ball game, so we will get to see Brent Upshaw maybe under a little bit more pressure today to perform than he has been in weeks previous. Not that he's not under pressure to perform. Obviously, he wants to perform well. He knows he needs to perform well, but now he's got Luke Ferris right on his heels at that backup quarterback position. So we'll see how he performs under that pressure today.
Competition has a funny way of bringing out the best in real athletes.
And that's what Coach Moore said, is that it was a competition for that starting quarterback job this week, and Brent outplayed Luke in practice. So he earned that starting job once more here this week in Week 6. We'll see if he can earn it on the field as well. As Erie tees the football up at the 35-yard line to get us started. Gavin Carney, the kicker for the Erie Kats. He was out here pregame, Tata. I know you rolled in here recently. Gavin was out pregame kicking field goals from 50 yards out and hitting them.
Is that right? Wow.
So that'll definitely be something to keep in mind as Erie drives down the field throughout this game. Is that they have a solid kicker that can kick field goals from a good distance. He missed a few from 50. He also made a few from 50.
Yeah, Hocking College has a solid kicker as well.
Zach Oyster.
Yeah, but they have had some struggles with some of their kickoff coverage and some other things with the punt team. So we'll see if that's improved as well.
Carney also a left-footed kicker, just as Oyster is. So we got a couple of southpaws today doing the kicking duties in this ball game. It's the Erie Community College Cats and the Hocking Community College Hawks. Hope you enjoy here this afternoon as the Hawks get set to return. They've got two deep, Nicarius Allgood and D'Angelo Fuller back deep to return. A little warm-up kick there for Carney.
Here. I'm not sure what the officials may be waiting for the official kickoff time. Oh, they're having some issues with the chains, I believe. The chain, we're trying to get the chains untangled.
I was going to say, we are past one. Yeah. But, yes, the chains, you can see it at the top of your screen. They are trying to get those all situated and worked out. They're going to have to walk those down the field after this kick. Yeah. But once again, Erie coming in 4-1 overall. Hocking coming in 1-4. So opposite ends of the win-loss spectrum so far for these two teams. Hocking looking to get right here today. Well, both teams looking to get right because both of them coming off of losses. Hocking losing 24-20 last week, and Erie losing 42-14 against Hudson Valley Community College. These two teams will play 2 times this year. Obviously, this week being the first. They will also play in Week 10 at Erie. Erie up around Buffalo, New York. A nice little drive for them down.
Yeah, the way the College Hawks schedule pans out this year, they have several games where they play the same team twice in the season, which that's interesting because you don't typically see that in football.
And the kick is away, and we are underway. It'll be returned by Fuller at the 20. Tries to work the left side up across the 30, cutting back and now taken down around the 36-yard line, and that is where Brent Upshaw and company will start with the football. Solid field position for the Hawks to get it going today.
Yep, good start for the Hawks. Nice little return there. Good field position. So, as you said, Upshaw is going to come out here under center to start the game, we assume, as long as Coach Moore sticks with what he told you.
As long as he wasn't assuming I was going to go talk to Erie and tell them the game plan. Brent Upshaw is out on the field. He will start at quarterback for the Hawks here this afternoon in their blue tops and yellow pants. Erie, as you can see, white tops, black pants. And here we go. Upshaw in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to give to his back. That is Fuller working the outside. He's taken down up across the 40-yard line. Nice little pickup here to start, about 5 yards.
This is the first time that we've seen Fuller start the game at running back, at least we've seen live. And so that's interesting because in the couple games at least that we've seen, it's not been Fuller starting at the running position. It's been Nicarius Allgood who has started.
And Nicarius Allgood, Kevin Gibbon also getting some touches in the backfield at the running back position. We'll see how that progresses as Upshaw takes a snap on second down. He's got all the time in the world, now rolls to his left, under pressure, finally taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good coverage by Erie in the secondary. Didn't give Upshaw too many options there. Probably at the last point he should have just tossed the ball out of bounds to avoid taking the sack and losing yardage.
And that's a credit to the secondary for Erie. They had the receivers for Hocking covered up nicely. Didn't give any throwing lane for Brent Upshaw. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
And again, 2 weeks ago, the last home game, the Hawks that we called, we saw that quite a bit. Upshaw was under pressure quite a bit in that football game. And so hopefully the offensive line for the Hawks can shore things up.
Trying to move the chains. They need 5 yards. Upshaw takes the snap. He gives to Fuller. Fuller with a crease. He's up across the 45, and he's going to have enough for the first down. D'Angelo Fuller getting the nod here today in the backfield. And he's got a couple of nice carries of 5+ yards. It's a fresh set of downs.
It's a little tough to see Erie's Kats numbers. They're a little scrunched up there, tucked up in. And,
a couple of their jerseys all tightened up.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to get there, folks. We'll try to get those names called out, but it's a little tough to see some of those numbers.
Upshaw with a quick pass into the flats. It's caught by Colburn. Colburn down the sideline. He's got a crease. Still on his feet inside the 20. Finally taken down there. A huge pickup of over 40 yards for Daniel Colburn.
Yeah, and number 83 for the Hawks, and we'll have to get the name on that. Wide receiver that was out there did an excellent job blocking. It was Riley Hatfield, the freshman, out there. He was doing an excellent job of blocking on the edge with that screen pass or little bubble pass, and that's really what allowed it to go further than perhaps it should have.
Now on first down, a fake pass to the outside, and the give goes right up the gut. I believe that was Kevin Gibbon out of the backfield.
21, yeah.
Well, Gibbon takes it forward about 5 yards. Another solid pickup on first down for the Hawks, and all of a sudden they are in the red zone. A really nice offensive drive here to get this game going. It's just a quick pass into the flat for Daniel Colburn that got the chunk play.
And even a couple weeks ago, again, the game that we called here at Hocking College against Detroit, it seemed like when they could move the ball, it was them stopping themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, and so as long as they can avoid the penalties and bad snaps, the Hawks can definitely move the football.
Eric Thomas lined up wide to the left. Colburn in the slot. They fake the throw out that way, and RPO give to the back. Still on his feet is Gibbon, and now he's going backwards. He is taken down just short of the 30. Probably would have been wise to just go down and take the forward progress loss, but instead he loses over 10 yards. A big-time loss for the Hawks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's tough to tell an athlete like that because he's just trying to make a play for his team, right? He's trying to do everything he can to make a play for his team, but sometimes you just got to realize that you got to take your losses. Yeah, we got a player down, don't we, Daniel?
Yeah, we do have a player down on the field for Erie, so we will step aside. Injury timeout here from Hocking.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career, or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Torrey Anderson, the injured Cat, he was able to walk off under his own power as Upshaw takes the snap, and he gets it out into the flats.
Here we go.
Gibbon inside the 15,
He's gone.
cuts
He's
it
in.
back to the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown Hocking, 30 yards out. Kevin Gibbon makes up for losing 13 yards on the previous play with a 30-yard receiving touchdown.
He sure did. I think, I'm not 100% sure because I was just starting to look back up from the board here when the ball was snapped, but I believe that could have been the same play that they had the long pass on to get themselves down there inside the 20. We'll have to go back and take a look at the replay, but nonetheless, the Hawks are on the board here early, and that's a great opening drive for the Hocking College Hawks.
Zach Oyster out for the extra point. Kick is up and kick is through. 7-0 Hocking here just over 4 minutes into the ball game. And to go off of your point of the play that it was, the one to Colburn was more a direct pass into the flats. That one right there to Gibbon was more of a slip screen to the running back, just a couple of yards downfield that Gibbon was able to take up the sideline, eventually cut it back towards the middle and in. Very similar plays out to the right side. So keep that in mind. The right side of the field, at least on that opening drive, is where Hocking was able to gash the defenders and find some space.
And that's probably something that Coach Moore and his offensive staff probably scouted something, saw something there that they could take advantage of on the edges with the pass game. And it's certainly been effective so far. So, again, another great start for the Hawks here today. And hopefully the defense can come out here and do the same.
And I do apologize. The injured cat on that play a couple of plays ago was Jamal Drummond, number 9, not Torrey Anderson. Anderson, number 8. I just thought that the number was 8 as he came off the field. Like Tad said, they're all bunched up together. It's kind of tough to tell the difference between an 8 and a 9. So Jamal Drummond was the injured cat coming off the field. He is receiving medical attention on the sideline. Looks to be okay. We will keep an eye on him as the game progresses. Oyster has it teed up at the 35, and he will boot it away. An end-over-end kick. It reaches the 25 before bouncing and being picked up by the return man. He's up across midfield, down the sideline, got one man to beat. Inside the 20, shoved out of bounds. What a return right there for the Cats. That was number 88.
Well, you could just see that coming, Daniel, with the way that ball bounced perfectly right up in the air, and he was on a dead run catching that ball on the bounce.
Terrence Williams Jr., the freshman.
The Hawks had the same exact issue 2 weeks ago against Detroit on returns up the right-hand side to the Hawks' left-hand side on the kickoff team. And so, again, they're having some struggles with their coverage on the kickoff game. And once again, the defense is set up here deep in their own territory, having to defend very short field.
Yes, very similar to a couple of weeks ago on the first play from scrimmage for the Cats. They're not going anywhere. On the ground, stuffed in the backfield.
Yeah, a couple different Hawks were in on that play. I did catch, I believe, number 92, Giovanni Frazier, one of the very good interior defensive linemen for the Hawks.
The quarterback in the game right now for the Cats, Nick Camiso. That is a change for them. As he takes the snap, fakes the give, now rolling to his right, pass is tipped and almost intercepted in and out of the hands of number 86, Aaron Whitlinger.
And Van George for the Hawks, he did come up with the ball, but it must have caught the grass. We couldn't quite see it, but he was very close to picking that ball off after it was tipped by the receiver.
But they have had Noah Willoughby at freshman here early on in the season. And now Nick Camiso getting the start here today. Nick, the sophomore, 6'1", 204 at the quarterback position. He stands in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his left, one to his right. And it looks like he's got Torrey Anderson in the backfield at the tailback. Takes the snap, dropping back to throw. Now stepping up to his left, he's going to run with it inside the 20, down to the 15. He is taken down from behind, and that is going to bring up 4th down. And keep in mind, they have a solid kicking team, and here they come.
Yeah, that was Asian Francis, the inside linebacker, I believe, for the Hawks. Did a really good job. I don't know if he was on a spy technique, but it sure looked like it, because as soon as he saw that quarterback roll to the left, he took off on a sprint to go make the play on the quarterback. Nice job by the Hawks. You couldn't ask for more than this, forcing a field goal in this situation after that long kickoff return.
Well, this field goal is going to be from 32 yards out. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is blocked.
Here we go.
Up by the Hawks. And they are going to be spun down around the 25-yard line. A huge play on special teams for the Hawks.
Wow. Great start for the Hawks all around. They go down and they score on the first drive. They do give up the long kickoff return, but that they were able to at least make the tackle around the 20-yard line. And I didn't catch the number who may ever made that tackle, but that was a touchdown-saving tackle on that kickoff return, and it allowed for their defense to make the stand right there. And now we get a blocked kick, and so the Hawks are certainly got the momentum early in this football game.
Special teams coordinator for Hocking, Carl Justice, loving it on the sidelines. 7-0 Hocking. They get the football back after the blocked field goal. And now over the middle, the pass is caught. A nice little run right down midfield inside the red zone. The 10, yes. The 5, touchdown Hocking.
Yes, number 4, Tristan Baxter, the freshman. Boy, he showed his wills there. You also got to give some credit to Eric Thomas not committing the penalty. What he did is he just ran alongside the defender and kind of stuck his hand out enough to just knock him off his pace, and that was enough to give the Hawks the touchdown there. So just great execution so far by the Hawks offense. And this is looking pretty good and pretty impressive so far against, again, what is a 4-1 Erie team.
A 75-yard touchdown for Tristan Baxter. Zach Oyster out to tack on the extra point. It is up and through. What an outstanding start for the Hawks. 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes. They lead it 14-0. 9:02 left to go here in the first quarter. We will step aside.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we
Zach Oyster has the football teed up at the 35, ready to kick it away after the 75-yard touchdown. And the kick is going to go out of bounds. It'll be a free kick out of bounds. Yeah. Zach Oyster,
he definitely
a little misplay right there.
He didn't intend to do that at all. Oyster, he's an excellent kicker, certainly at this level. And you can tell his legs getting stronger, just that extra point that he kicked, both those extra points that he kicked. You can tell he's getting even more distance on his extra points on his kicks. But that was just a mishap there. And I'm sure, but, you know, but also you think about it, they've been giving off these long kickoffs, right? I don't know, maybe they did intend to do that because it's much better giving the ball on the 35 versus your own 40 or 20-yard line.
And now Nick Camiso back out there with the offense. They were unable to move the football at all. They were set up in great field position, had a field goal blocked. He now takes a snap on 1st and 10. A quick pass over the middle is caught at the 36-yard line.
First down pass is complete for a short
They'll pick up a few.
Quinta Wafer, I believe, was on the play there on the tackle. It looks like the Hawks have a little bit more speed on the field on their defense today. I am seeing some different numbers, it seems like to me, than what we saw the last time they were at home against Detroit. So maybe Coach Moore and the defensive staff is wanting to get a little bit more speed on the field.
Quinta Wafer, a top 2 tackler on the team for Hocking so far this season, has really stood out to Craig Moore. Hocking showing pressure. They bring it. It's a give to the running back down the right side, bouncing off of tacklers. Cameron Warburton staying on his feet, eventually taken down, doesn't pick up many.
Both linebackers walked right up in front of the guards up in the A-gaps, and Stoker was sitting right in the hole and basically met the running back right there at the line of scrimmage, and then the rest of the Hawks rallied to the ball, so that was a really nice defensive play for the Hawks.
Now another 3rd down here for the Cats. 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted at the 36. Line to gain the 46. He takes the snap, dropping back to throw, shakes one tackle, now rolls to his right. Camiso still searching, now throws it downfield, and it is tipped and incomplete.
Wow, there was a heck of a hit right here on the sidelines, and the quarterback, I mean, it literally knocked his helmet off. And it was, folks, it's going to be a little tough to see maybe. I'm not sure with our camera angle how well you'll be able to see it. But it was shoulder into chest for the Hawks, shoulder to chest. It was a clean play. It was right after the ball was released. It was not a late hit. It was a very physical hit on that quarterback. And hopefully the young man's okay.
And now the punt team is out for the Cats, as it did look like Camiso got up all good. No doubt.
He took a shot.
Definitely a little banged up after that. The punt is away. It's a great punt, a spiraled punt inside the 20. Bounces at the 15. It'll be picked up by Quinta Wafer, who is taken down at the 11. Excuse me, that was not Quinta Wafer. That was Tristan Baxter that picked it up. Taken down at the 11, an outstanding punt.
Yeah, phenomenal punt there.
From Gavin Carney.
By Gavin Carney, who's also obviously doing the kicking. And as you mentioned, he has the leg, right? If he's hitting 50-yard field goals, right there he can show that he definitely has the ability to punt the ball too. Boy, he almost looks like that's the type of player that maybe should be playing some D1 football somewhere at some point.
Flipping the field over 40 yards. From the 35 down to the 11. Nearly 50 yards there. As the Hawks offense back out onto the field, not even 8 minutes into the game, and they already have a 14-point lead on 1st and 10. A play-action pass. Not a play-action pass, a give to the running back.
Yep,
up the middle for about 5.
Yeah, and again, we got going back to the last series there, another great job by the Hawks defense, right? The Hawks defense has turned things around, I can tell. And so far, they look like a different team than what we saw 2 weeks ago against Detroit.
Goes for 6 yards up to the 17. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Upshaw looks over to the sideline to get the calls. He has played well so far today, had a 75-yard touchdown on one play on Hawks' last offensive possession. Tristan Baxter taking it to the house on a quick slant route. Now here on 2nd down. Fakes the give, keeps it himself. Working to the right, throws off his back foot. He just threw it away.
Yeah.
And did a flag come in from the back there?
There should be flags all over the place because you also had linemen downfield. I'm not sure they threw a flag for that. But I think that was just some confusion. I think that was supposed to be a running play, or at the very least an RPO. But there was all kinds of confusion in the backfield. To make it worse, they were called for holding.
That'll back them up. Inside the 10. They'll redo 2nd down. 6 minutes, 32 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. Hocking up 14-0. Second down and 14. Upshaw stands in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Running back in the backfield, takes a snap, 3-step drop. Over the left side, a little too high for Daniel Colburn.
Yeah, that was Upshaw read the coverage pre-snap there. He knew where which receiver was going to be open, and it was a good read. He threw it to the right receiver. He just overthrew it.
Now it's going to be 3rd down and long after getting the football back, looking to make it a 3-score game. The Hawks staring down the barrel of having to punt it away.
Yeah, which is fine. It's okay to punt the ball. You're up 14-0. It's 3rd down and long. Don't be too risky. If nothing's there, just throw it away and live to play another down.
On 3rd down, a quick pass into the flat, caught by Eric Thomas. Thomas up across the 15, trying to reach for any yards he can. He does pick up a few, and that will bring the punt team out.
Even though they didn't get the 1st down, I love that play call by Coach Moore's staff. I do, because it gets them a few more yards, gets them away from their end zone. They're not punting out of the end zone. It's okay to punt the football and put your defense out there. Defense has been playing really well so far in this 1st quarter. And so this is perfectly fine. It's okay to punt the ball, get out there and play some good defense. You'll get the ball back offensively.
Zach Oyster out for the punt. One man back deep to return for the Cats. He stands around the 45-yard line. Oyster almost blocked. They might have gotten a hand on it.
Yeah,
it's a bad punt. Lands at the 35, rolls up across the 40 in their own territory. So Zach Oyster only able to get about 25 yards on the punt.
The snap was just a little too slow getting back there. It kind of floated getting back to the punter, and Oyster was lucky to get that off at all. And so we're again in a situation where the Hawks are having to defend less than half the field here. So let's see if the defense can stiffen up again.
It'll be 1st and 10. The ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Camiso back out, takes the snap, and he's going to give to the running back. Down the right side, that was Darius Fleming. Thomas Chi in the backfield at quarterback now on this possession.
Jerry King, outside linebacker for the Hawks, was able to squeeze down and get in on the tackle, but not until they'd given up about 6 yards.
Well, after 2 possessions with the football, the Cats have already gone to another quarterback. Maybe part of the game plan to get a couple of series for a couple of different players. There's now Chi. He takes the snap, fakes the give. Now quick pass out into the flats, caught by Reginald Hoax III. Reginald, one of the leading receivers on this Cats squad.
Tyler Nelson on the coverage for the Hawks there, maybe a little bit. You're not playing real tight right now, which is fine. You'll give the dinks and dunks as they work their way down the field. As they get closer to the end zone, obviously the secondary will tighten up.
It was Reginald's 16th catch of the season. He had 172 yards coming into the ball game. No touchdowns yet for him. Now here on 3rd down, it is Fleming once again getting the handoff. No, that was 1st and 10, excuse me. And that's a solid pickup on 1st down.
Ball came loose there at the end, but I believe the referees had already called him down. Jesse Pearson, which we have him listed at tight end, but he's out there, if that's the same 88 that we have on our roster, he's been in on several tackles so far for the Hawks here early in the game.
Pickup of 4, now 2nd down and 6 from the 26-yard line. The Cats looking to cut this lead in half. Still 3:45 to go here in the opening quarter. And he takes the snap. The give goes to Fleming here once again. And he goes down inside the 25. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. They pick up 3.
Pretty big 3rd down here because Erie does have a really good kicker. If they don't get it here on 3rd down, they may very well kick the ball.
We've had 1 field goal attempt so far today. It was blocked. A really big tackle saved a touchdown for the Cats, but the very first play after Hocking took over was a 75-yard touchdown. Now here on 3rd down and short, they do pick it up. It is Fleming once again taking the ball out of the backfield. He has gotten a lot of work here on this possession.
Jalen Stoker, along with a couple other Hawks, I wasn't able to catch the numbers on the tackle, not before the 1st down was picked up there. But the Hawks defense, if Erie does score here, they're certainly making them earn it on this short field.
1st down and 10 from the 20. Chi takes the snap, drops back, quick throw over the right side. Pass is incomplete and out of bounds, intended for Kylie Scott Harper.
Sticky coverage there by Quintavious Tyus, the cornerback, young cornerback, freshman cornerback for the Hawks, kind of rotating in their secondary. It looks like the Hawks are.
2nd down and 10. Ball spotted back at the 20. They are in the red zone. Chi takes the snap, fakes the give, now rolling to his left under immediate pressure, trying to make a man miss. He will go down, but he does pick up a couple. able to make something out of nothing there.
Good job by Jalen Stoker coming out there on the edge from the inside linebacker position, which allowed Kennedy Rayshon to catch up and make the play and make the tackle. Good overall defense there for the Hawks with the quarterback scrambling.
Now it's going to be 3rd down and long. They do give them 1 up to the 19-yard line. 9 yards to go here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 so far on this drive on 3rd downs. Chi takes the snap, immediate roll to the right, throw off his back foot, almost intercepted. It falls incomplete. The pass intended for number 81, Nigel Rossman.
Yeah, Dylan Hereford Jr., again another freshman for the Hawks, was he was on the coverage, great coverage, nearly picked that ball off, just off his fingertips.
And now they will send the field goal team back out.
Yep.
Gavin Carney will line up for his 2nd attempt of the game. This one from 37 yards out. Holder set up at the 27. The snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up,
Wide
and
right.
it is wide to the right, not even close.
Yeah, just did not come off the foot right. He just yanked it, probably turned his hips, opened his hips up too much, and ended up wide right.
0 for 2 now on the afternoon for Gavin Carney. One of the kicks blocked, one of them pulled well to the right. And Hocking looking to take
we
advantage.
Should mention there is a nice little breeze going today, and it is blowing from our right to left, so he was kicking into the wind, and so maybe he thought that he needed to try to overkick a little bit to get through that wind, to cut through that wind. And in the end, he just pulled the ball to the right.
He comes off to the sideline, immediately gets a tee out to start practicing. Not happy with himself. Now on 1st and 10 for the Hawks. A 1st down handoff right up the gut for a couple of yards. Bring up 2nd down and long.
Another excellent job by the Hawks defense. Man, they are showing up today, and honestly, they've showed up the last 2 home games that we've called. And again, defending a short field like that, and here they're walking away, giving up no points. You just can't give enough credit to the Hawks defense right now.
I believe that was Javante Emerson in the backfield for the Hawks on that 1st down give. Now on 2nd down, another handoff, immediately met in the backfield, and going down is the back. That was Ramon Gilly,
Yeah.
and he loses a few.
Early penetration. I didn't catch the number for the Cats defender, but there was some early penetration up front that kind of blew up the play from the get-go.
Under half a minute to go now here in this 1st quarter. Hocking still with the lead, 14-0, but they haven't scored in about 9 minutes now. They scored twice in a 2-minute frame.
They've been deep in their own territory these last couple series.
Yes, they have. Under 10 seconds to go now. On 3rd down, roll out to the right, throw off the back foot is caught. Dropped.
Yeah.
That pass almost completed, but it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down with a singular second to go here in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, Upshaw may have been, that was a little bit of a dangerous pass. It ultimately did hit the Hawks receiver in the hands, but he was kind of fading away and falling away. He was just trying to get rid of it. But again, they're going to punt the ball, which is fine. Defense has been playing really well. You're up 14-0. We only got 1 second remaining in the quarter here, so obviously this is going to be the last play of the quarter. Little concern with the punt team here. They've had some issues, no doubt, all season. And the last time they punted, it was nearly blocked.
Jackson Moritz back deep to return.
Delay game, I think.
And yeah, it is called on the Hawks. That'll back them up a few yards and make this punt even tougher.
When you're struggling on the punt team, the last thing you want is to be backed up even further.
Oyster stands inside his own 5. And the snap is dropped. Oyster now rolling to his left, and he is taken down in the backfield. It was not a designed fake punt, but a low snap that Oyster wasn't able to handle, and he just had to try to get out of dodge. Taken down in the backfield, and the Cats will have great field position to start the second quarter when we return.
Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. It's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Start of the second quarter, and it is a great start for the Cats. They are set up inside the 10-yard line here on first down and goal after sacking the punter on the last play in the first quarter.
Yeah, that snap wasn't, it wasn't a perfect snap, but it was certainly catchable. Oyster would probably tell you he should have handled that ball. But again, they're having some struggles with that punt game, and now it's set the defense once again back deep in their own territory.
First down and goal. Snap and the give to
Ball on
running
the
back.
ground.
Ball's on the ground, and
Hawks
it
got
looks
it.
like Hocking came away with it.
Wow.
They did.
Wow.
What a swing of
Yeah.
momentum.
There was a push up front, and the running back, he had the ball, but I believe it was one of his own players, one of the offensive linemen or maybe one of the backs that was leading, got shoved back into him, and it knocked the ball out of his hands, and it just dropped right there, and it was all Hawks swarming the football, and eventually number 92 for the Hawks, which I should know the name by now because we've called him out a couple times already. He was able to pounce on,
Frazier.
Yeah, Giovanni Frazier, really good, again, defensive lineman for the Hawks. Frazier was able to pounce on the football, and man, are you kidding me? This defense, how many challenges are they going to be faced with in this first half and not give up any points?
Offense starting deep in their own territory once again. It's a give. Nicarius Allgood down the left side. He'll get up across the 15-yard line.
Yeah, it's a very good start here to this. And again, the last three offensive series, the Hawks have been deep in their own territory. So they haven't probably been able to be as flexible with their play calling as perhaps Coach Moore would like to be. But that's largely a result because, again, special teams has caused some issues where the defense has had to defend the back half of their own field. And and they've been able to do it.
Now on second down, same exact play. The fake goes to the left side. They give right up the gut. And that is Allgood once again, getting up just shy of the 20. Just shy of the line to gain as well. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, third down, very reasonable. Pretty much have your whole playbook available here in this situation. But I would anticipate them probably just going back to that power ground game that's been pretty effective so far.
A lot of RPO so far from the Hawks has resulted in handoffs straight up the middle, but the fake throws out to each side. Now on third down and short. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. It's a give right up the gut. Allgood has a gap, and he is up across the 25. Well, more than enough for the first down.
I believe that was an inside zone there out of the shotgun, and Allgood immediately saw that opening break to the right, and great vision there, hit it up in there quickly, picked up the first down. Nice start to the drive for the Hawks. Yeah, if nothing else, you'd like to see the Hawks get a couple first downs here to flip the field, right? And give a chance for the defense to not have to just defend their own half of the football field.
13 minutes to go as another give goes to All Good.
Very simple play right there, that inside zone. Again, if I'm wrong, Coach Moore can probably call me out, but it looks like a zone to me. But it's been a very effective way to move the ball for the Hawks so far, and it's largely because their linemen are sticking to their blocks in the back, All Good, as well as a couple of their other backs have really good vision. They're being patient, and they're hitting the holes that they see.
12 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in half number 1. It's 2nd down and 5. Quick throw to the left side. A lot of physical contact out on the outside there. Pass falls incomplete.
Both the receiver and the corner, they're both being physical with each other. It was inside of 5 yards. So you couldn't call illegal contact, although the ball was in the air while contact was still being made. But you probably would have had to throw the flag on both the receiver and the corner in that situation.
A 3rd down and 5. The ball spotted inside the 35 at the 33. And the snap is high. It's on the ground inside the 15. Upshaw able to pick it up on a bounce, and he's going to chuck it downfield. Has a receiver.
Oh, wow.
Caught. Tristan Baxter cuts up midfield. He will score. Unbelievable.
Yeah, completely blown play in the backfield there with the bad snap. But Upshaw just finds a way to get himself out there on the edge and looks downfield. Give credit to the receivers. He actually had 3 different receivers deep that he could have thrown the football to, but he was able to find Tristan Baxter wide open. Just the secondary kind of gave up on the play for whatever reason because Upshaw wasn't even close to being sacked. And I think the Hawks may have gotten flagged or a sideline warning here, but they're pumped and excited, and Daniel and myself, we are too, and so we understand it. If we were on those sidelines, we would have been jumping up and down and maybe rushing the field a little bit too, because that was a pretty incredible play. That play reminds me a little bit more of the Upshaw that we saw in Week 1.
Absolutely. That was one of the best plays I think I've ever seen live with my own 2 eyes. Now for the extra point try. Oysters kick is up and through. Unbelievable. A high snap that was rolling inside the 15-yard line. Upshaw got lucky and was able to field it on a bounce, rolled to his right, and just sent up a prayer. Tristan Baxter got away from the secondary, who honestly might have crashed down thinking that they were going to have to make a play on the football. Baxter left wide open, made the catch across midfield, made one man miss deep, and the rest was history. It is now 21-0 in favor of the Hawks, 12:17 to go.
And we saw some bad snaps like that in the Detroit game a couple weeks ago, but in that game, it usually resulted in sacks or maybe even turnovers. But Upshaw, he's a really good athlete. He can find ways. He can figure out ways to find himself some time. Again, I don't know what happened with the secondary for the Cats. They just completely left their guys and probably got too busy looking into the backfield trying to figure out what was happening with the quarterback with the ball fumbling around in the backfield, and weren't doing their job as far as sticking to the receivers. And it benefited the Hawks for sure.
Now the kick is away, and it will be fielded by Reginald Hoax III. He is taken down inside the 25-yard line. It is all Hawks here early on in this one.
Sure is. I fully did not expect quite this. I did expect the Hawks to be competitive. I did expect them to come out here and put up a good game, especially coming out of that momentum of the fourth quarter of last week. But, yeah, I'm sure Coach Moore is very pleased with what he's seen so far from his Hawks.
What looked like it was going to be one of the worst plays of the season turned into one of the best plays of the season. A 67-yard touchdown for Tristan Baxter. He's now got 2 touchdowns today of over 65 yards. Now on 1st and 10, the Cats with the football back in their possession. Pass is caught across the 30-yard line. Now into the game at quarterback is Kylan Stubel. We've seen 3 different quarterbacks so far today for the Cats.
Trying to figure something out, aren't they? Amari Lindsay, the DB, the safety for the Hawks, came up and made a nice tackle there on that last play.
They started with Nick Camiso, went to Thomas Chi on that last drive, and now Kylan Stubel, the freshman, 6'3", 208, in as the signal caller. 2nd down and 2. Rolling to his left, under pressure, he will go down. In the backfield, sacked by number 15, Rayshon Kennedy.
Yeah, and Avery Stahl, number 90 for the Hawks, outside linebacker, came off the edge and forced the quarterback to step up, which allowed for the sack to happen.
A big-time play from this Hocking defense. They have been on their game here today.
They sure have. There's no doubt. I've been impressed offensively and defensively, both sides. They're playing well.
And now 3rd down and 8. Rolling to his left, scanning, throwing, and out of bounds. Over the head of the intended target, and that's going to bring up a 4th down deep in their own territory. Punt team on the field.
Avery Stahl once again put on the pressure there, forced the quarterback to get rid of the ball well before he wanted to. A nice job, nice series there. Even though Stahl did not get the sack, he certainly was a major contributor in that series for the defense.
10 minutes, 51 seconds to go here in the first half. Hocking up 21-0. They will get the football back. 2 touchdowns of 65-plus yards, both of them to Tristan Baxter. Just outstanding stuff so far in all 3 phases for this Hocking Hawks team. Now the punt is away from Kearney. Another really good one. Spiraled. That is muffed. Baxter couldn't come down with it. Now he finally secures it and will try to make up some lost yardage. He's still on his feet, working in between defenders. Lucky to get it back to the 30.
Hawks have just got to get these special teams shored up and figured out. Again, they've given up a long kickoff return in this game. They've had a punt basically blocked or the punter tackled. They've just had some things that they're just not clean on when it comes to special teams. Offensively and defensively, A-OK for sure, but they definitely need to get some things shored up with the special teams.
10.5 minutes to go. The Hawks take the football back over. A little bit better field position this time, even with that muff punt. They haven't had any trouble moving the football so far today. Now on 1st and 10. Upshaw scanning, looking, throwing. Man open, caught at the 50-yard line and dragged down from behind. That was Muhammad Kaba.
Upshaw's, he's just playing backyard football right now. You can tell he's feeling very comfortable.
He's having fun.
Yeah, he's having fun. Receivers are doing an excellent job of, if they're not getting the ball immediately, they're continuing to run and find ways to get themselves open, get separation from the DBs, and so that's a penalty. Yeah.
Quick pass into the flat, caught by Colburn. It will be coming back. Colburn up across
that's not gonna be coming back.
That's
40. That's against Erie. They had too many.
We did have a flag thrown in from the side judge as well after Colburn made the catch.
Oh, and then, yep, we got a hold and too many men on the field, or they should have called the too many men on the field.
There's a flag in the secondary. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And a holding on the Hawks. Too many men for the Cats. So it is
I thought
coming
the
back.
sideline judge threw the flag for the same thing, for the too many men on the field, because they were running to him, and he could clearly see that they had not gotten off the field. I totally missed Daniel. I apologize. I didn't see the holding at all.
It's all right. I'll forgive you.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
The ball comes back to the 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Once again, the line to gain the 39. 3 receivers to the right. Running back in the backfield. Upshaw takes the snap, gives to Allgood. Trying to work the left side. On his feet down to the 45-yard line. See where they officially spot it.
I think it was actually Gibbon on the carry, number 21.
It was.
Yeah. A little tough sometimes. Some of those numbers look the same from the distance that we're at. And we learned last night your eyeballs just aren't quite what they used to be.
They're not. They're not. They're starting to go.
Yeah, we had some fun last night. It was a blowout that we called there on the high school football, so we just
make
had
it
some
as fun
fun
as you can.
Yep.
Nelsonville York winning against Wellston 55-0. Really solid football team they got in Buchtel. But over here with the Hawks, they're putting it on the Cats here so far in this one. 21-0, second down and 6. Upshaw looking right side,
Nice
pass is
job.
caught by Thomas over the
Nice
shoulder.
job.
A pretty throw and catch from Upshaw to Thomas. That's going to be enough for the first down.
That was a great read by Upshaw. Took his time, threw it to the correct receiver that basically ran the outside receiver ran a slant, the inside receiver Thomas ran an out route, and he was patient, waited to see what the corner was going to do, and hit the correct receiver.
First down and 10. They spot it at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of over 10 yards on the play. So Upshaw takes the snap. He gives to Gibbon. Same play, working the left side, and he will be dragged down by multiple defenders right around the line of scrimmage. Eric Thomas with his second catch of the game on that previous play. He's one of Upshaw's favorite receivers. Quiet so far in this first half, but he's been throwing some good blocks out there for Tristan Baxter.
Yeah. I think I saw Shamir Land for the Cats on the tackle there, along with a couple others.
It'll be second down and long. Ball spotted at the 34, the original line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the right side, running back in the backfield to the left of Upshaw. Takes the snap, dropping back to throw. Looking over the middle, pass is caught and spun down
Flag
after
backfield.
making the catch. We will check on the flag. It's going to be a holding on the Hawks. Pass was caught by Riley Hatfield.
They may decline this because they would put it in a third down and about 11 or 12 instead of a second down and 20. Yep, they're going to accept it.
You also do have Zach Oyster, who we haven't seen kick from this far out yet this year, but
No, this would be a little too far for Oyster, but I think if they can get up around
if they were able to get
30, 25-yard line.
6 to 8 more yards, definitely within his range.
I don't know.
But
That's
not
still
from
pretty
here.
good. Not from here.
I'm
Okay.
saying from that spot
From the
they were
original
at.
line of scrimmage, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
From where they were at the 34, if they were able to get up a few yards, then maybe you think about it. But now, this far backed up, they'll take their chances. It's still second down and 20. Upshaw, a little quick screen that is caught and taken down up across the 40-yard line is Kaba.
These screen plays, these little slip screens and kind of bubble looks and slipping the backs out, they've definitely been effective for the Hawks in this game.
Kaba gets a few yards back.
And a lot of that is it's just about timing. If you can time that right, if everything's meshing together as far as the quarterback, when that receiver breaks or comes down the line of scrimmage on a slip screen, or when that back slips out at just the right time, so a lot of that's just about timing, and Upshaw is hitting them perfectly when it comes to the timing.
Third down and 15 from the 39. Upshaw stepping up in the pocket, going deep, over the middle, he's got Colburn. What a play in the secondary. Pass deflected and tipped away. It looked like number 36. We have an injured Cat on the field in the end zone.
Yeah, Romeo Kidd there. He got beat, and I don't know if he was responsible for that receiver, but nonetheless, he was able to recover and get a hand just last second in on the play and bat the ball away. So nice play there by Romeo Kidd for the Cats.
Well, we will step aside here. Injury timeout from Hocking, fourth down when we return.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
is Romeo Kidd, the injured cat, on the field. He walks off under his own power slowly towards the sideline. Looks like he might have a little bit of a limp underneath him.
Yeah, I don't know if the air got knocked out of him when he landed on the ground. It was definitely a physical play there at the end after he was able to tip the ball away. Who knows, but he does have a little bit of a gimp. It looks like I think he's going to be all right. That was a nice play by that young man.
Outstanding play. Like you said, Tad, he did get beat deep, but he was able to make up that lost ground and tip the ball that would have been a sure touchdown for Daniel Colburn. That would have put the Hawks up by 4 scores.
Now it's an interesting situation here, Daniel. You're 4th and 15 or so in a situation on basically the 40, we'll call it the 39, 40-yard line. This may be a situation where you would typically just pooch punt it, right, to try to pin the offense, the Cats further back to start their series. But because the Hawks have had so many troubles with the punt game so far this year, they may decide just to go for it here on 4th down.
We'll see what the call ends up being. It does look like the offense is back out on the field here for 4th and long. Got 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Hocking has had another couple of nice plays on this drive through the air. Stalling out after a few penalties after they got across the 50-yard line. And now 4th and long. 3 receivers to the right for Upshaw. He's got 1 to the left. I believe it's Gibbon in the backfield with him. Takes the snap, dropping back to throw. Now steps up in the pocket.
Oh,
he's
open.
Deep. Left side. Pass is caught.
Beautiful ball.
In the end zone for the touchdown. What a throw. What a catch.
Yeah, it's
Elijah Givens.
Yeah. He definitely just used his speed to beat the corner there. It was nothing fancy. It was just a straight go route. And Upshaw, once again, Upshaw has such a strong arm, and he showed it once again right there. Perfect pass. He couldn't have handed it to the receiver any better than that ball right there.
Well, when he let the ball go, I thought he overshot him. But the speed of Givens, able to catch up with the football. Outstanding on 4th and 15. Craig Moore has to be loving it on the sideline. Zach Oyster out for the point after. 3 for 3 so far today. A good snap, a good hold, and an even better kick. 28-0 Hocking out in front here in the first half. 6:45 to go. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was such a beautiful pass. Again, what we're seeing today really reminds me a lot more of what we saw week 1 from the Hawks, especially offensively. I can tell the defense is shaping up, man. Just the last 2 times we've seen them, again, much of the game, both of these games so far, the game against Detroit and then this game today, they've been defending their side of the field for much of the game, and they've yet to give up a point. That's impressive. I mean, that's so impressive to me. And again, everything is clicking right now for the Hawks outside of the special teams. So here we go. We're going to kick the ball off. We'll see if they actually kick it deep or if they just kick it out of bounds again. But let's see if they can get some things figured out here with this kickoff coverage.
5-9-0-2-0.
Ball teed up at the 35 for Oyster. He has been a busy man today for the right reasons. Brent Upshaw putting on a clinic at the quarterback position. He's got 3 touchdown passes of over 35 yards. The kick is fielded at the 20 and returned up across the 35-yard line.
Much better coverage there by the Hawks, and they're pretty far away from us on the opposite side of the field, so it's tough to get some of those numbers, but that was definitely much better coverage for the Hawks on that kickoff. And so, just 6:36 left in the half. You definitely, if you're the Hawks and you're the defensive coaching staff, you want to make sure that you maintain this pitch out, this shutout, I should say, the shutout going into the half, and allow yourself to go into halftime with a very sizable lead. And we talked about in the pregame that we might see 2 different quarterbacks for the Hawks, right? But Upshaw's been so daggone good. Yeah, I mean, how are you going to put in another quarterback when Upshaw's playing
The only reason
well?
we're going to see Luke Ferris in this game is if the Hawks end up going up by even more. Now on 1st down and 10, pass is caught over the left side, making the man
ball's
miss, and
out.
the ball's on the ground again. And who's got
It's
it?
all over the place. It's still on the ground.
Picked up by the Hawks. Taken down at the 45-yard line, yet another turnover.
Shaheed Davis was the one that was eventually able to pick it up. I bet you that must have hit about five or six different players as they were scrambling around for the football. Man, another huge play for the Hawks defense, getting the turnover. I think that's, what, their second turnover of the game. And, boy, they have definitely showed up today. It's all Hawks right now, Daniel, all Hawks.
It was Reginald Hokes, the third, on the reception. He took it up across the 50-yard line. It was a 20-yard reception for him, but he just lost the football
I
at the
thought
end.
for a minute he might hit a crease and take that all away for a touchdown.
He looked like he was trying to.
And I didn't see who made the tackle, who caused the fumble. I wish we could have got that number because it was a nice play. And but nonetheless, the Hawks eventually come away with the football once again. And believe me, they want to put up more points before this half.
With 6:22 to go. Upshaw takes the snap. He keeps it himself, and now the ball's on the ground. Who's got it? The Cats say they have it.
Yep, Cats got it.
And they do.
First really poor decision by Upshaw there. It was an option play that he decided very late to pitch the ball, it looked like to me, and it was just a bad decision. Too dangerous of a pitch at that point. He should have just kept the ball, and he should have just kept the ball and took what he had, but instead they're going to give the ball right back to the Cats. And this is really an opportunity for Coach Kemp, the head coach of the Erie Kats, to try to swing the momentum here now that they have this opportunity at midfield.
It was Jamal Drummond who came away with the football. He went down with an injury earlier on in the game. Now comes up with a fumble recovery. On 1st and 10, a high pass from Stubel, intended for his receiver in the flat. Incomplete. That was Nigel Rossman, who couldn't come down with it.
Hawk secondary has looked pretty good so far throughout this game. They've given up some shorter passes. They did give up the one that they caused the fumble on there the last series. But for the most part, they're keeping everything in front of them. Nobody's getting the ball. There's no deep throws, no big plays so far for the Cats.
2nd down and 10. Ball spotted at the 49 in their own territory. Stubel takes a snap. Pass is caught over the left side. A big hit put on by the Hawks. The pass was caught. Once again, that was Nigel.
Yeah.
Nigel Rossman with the reception.
Stephen Fox and another Hawk defender came in there and did a nice job wrapping and hitting. And again, they'll give up those dinks and dunks. That's not a threat. Coach Moore and his defensive staff, they're fine. Let them dink and dunk like that. Hawks will rally to it, make the play, make them go 3rd and long here.
A pickup of 3. Now on 3rd down. Stubel with a quick slip pass over the middle. It was caught by the running back. That was Torrey Anderson. He took it up to the 45-yard line. The wind
really
is
nice
whipping here.
Yeah. And that was number 98, who on the defensive line really did a really nice job of reading the screen, or at least setting and being responsible. But we do not have a 98 on our roster here, so we're not quite sure. Yeah, I just don't have a 98 on the roster here for the Hawks. And of course, a lot of these jerseys are being swapped out and switched from game to game probably.
4th and 5, they're going to keep the offense. Or no, they do have the punt team out there. A very, very short punt. But it does take a favorable bounce for Gavin Carney. It will roll dead at the 18. A punt of 28 yards, and the Hawks will take over at their own 18.
Punter for the Hawks was just trying to pooch that. He was trying to be a little bit easy with the kick and ended up going off the side of his foot. But thankfully for him, he was able to get a decent roll. And the Hawks will start over around the 18-yard line with 4:39 left before the half. And again, they're going to go on the offensive here. They want to put more points on the board. They got the momentum going their way. They want to keep that going.
Up 28-0. Brent Upshaw has been outstanding so far today. His first mistake came on the last possession. One play and a fumble. He takes the snap on 1st and 10, going to give to the back. And he takes it up across the 25-yard line.
Yep, getting back to that run game, just handing the ball to Allgood on that inside zone play. And so I like that, just kind of settle things down, get back to that good ground game that we've seen throughout the first half, and pick up a solid 9 yards there on first down.
4.5 minutes to go, actually down to 4:15.
And the Hawks they're in no hurry here. They're fine if they can put together a nice 4-minute drive here and put some more points on the board and not give the ball back to the Cats. That's the perfect scenario.
Upshaw gives to Allgood for the second straight play, and Allgood barreling over defenders, taken down shy of the 40. Another strong pickup of 11 or 12 yards for him, depending on the spot. Regardless, it's enough for the first down.
The offensive line is just doing a great job on that zone play of sticking to their blocks, and Allgood is just typically he's finding that right side, right off the guard center gap, and he's just breaking it back as he should. When the front side closes down, it's going to usually open up on the back side, and Allgood's doing a nice job of reading it and being patient. And those combo blocks that are happening right now for the Hawks up front are looking, they're looking good, and we're going to get, Mackey
on first down and 10, Allgood stopped in the backfield.
Josiah Mackey and Adrian LaForest on the right-hand side here for the Hawks are doing a really nice job again, sticking to their blocks and creating that space for Allgood to work through.
We're under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Second down and 11 coming up. Hawks with the football on their own 37-yard line. They look over to the sideline to try and get the play call from Coach Moore. They're ready to go with one receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Allgood in the backfield. Upshaw takes the snap, stepping up, throwing over the left side. Pass is caught, making a man miss. Down to the 40-yard line, still on his feet, inside the 35.
Got another flag in the backfield here.
Really
flag.
Nice play from Elijah Givens. Had the touchdown on fourth down on the last scoring drive for the Hawks, but it looks like they're coming back.
Yep, another hold. Yep. Would have been, I'm sure, somewhere on the right-hand side. I may have jinxed one of them young men on the right-hand side for the Hawks on the offensive line, but where the flag was thrown, it was clearly on the right-hand side of the Hawks offense.
That was another really nice throw from Brent Upshaw, fitting it into tight coverage there. All for naught with the holding call.
So it's now second and about 22, or second and long, very long. And so Coach Moore with 2:17 and counting left in the half. He may go a little bit more conservative here to restrict the amount of time that the Cats are going to have left for the half.
Christian Curry alone at the bottom of your screen. A quick pitch out to Allgood. Allgood up across the 40-yard line. He's got some space up across midfield, taken down at the 41-yard line in Cats territory. Another outstanding run for Allgood.
Speed option off to the right. It was a conservative play call. They're just running the football, but it hit, and Allgood did an excellent job of sticking his foot in the ground, getting straight up field, and using his speed to pick up some really nice yards. And now they're right back in business with just a minute 53 left before the half.
It picks up the first down up to the 41-yard line, and we have reached the 2-minute warning here from Hocking.
Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. level up your career, or try something totally new, this is your sign. Right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Minute 53 to go, fresh out of the 2-minute warning here from Hocking College. The Hawks out in front, 28-0, and they are driving, looking for more. Upshaw takes the snap on first down, the give to Allgood. Allgood working the left side, down the sideline, still on his feet, inside the 20 before being run out of bounds. Another really nice pickup of over 20 yards.
Nice sweep play or outside zone, whatever you want to call it. And Allgood, again, being a patient runner, getting to the edge, seeing that they had the edge, turned on the afterburners once he got to the edge, up the sidelines for another nice gain, and he got out of bounds to stop the clock. So
first down and 10, they mark it at the 21-yard line, officially a pickup of 20. As Upshaw, quick pass into the flats, it's caught.
Oh, what a move.
Baxter makes a man miss. He's inside the 10 and spun down at the 7-yard line.
wow, that was a great move by Baxter. Now I think he hopped up good. Yeah, that was a great move because he was dead in the rights. The defender had him right there in the backfield, actually, but he just made one nice move there and picked up a really nice gain.
It's where Baxter's made his money so far today. On first down, rush up to the 5-yard line. That looks like D'Angelo Fuller back into the ball game. And whistles blow, timeout called by Hocking. We'll keep it right here for the timeout, as Coach Moore wants to get his guys a little bit of a breather after that back-to-back plays of 15-plus yards.
Yep, really good drive here. A lot of positive plays, big plays, picking up chunk yards.
It started all the way back here across midfield on second down and 22.
Yeah, that was the key.
They were able to pick up a first down up to the 41 in Erie territory, and Allgood once again taking it 20 more yards before a Tristan Baxter 15-yard reception set him up first and goal inside the 10-yard line. It has been chunk play after chunk play today for this Hawks offense. That defense for Erie has been exposed. And when I was talking about pregame, how good has the competition level been that they have faced so far that has led them to this 4-1 record? Well, that is really being put under the microscope so far today.
Yep. Give credit to the Hawks coming out here
Absolutely.
and ready to play today. And this is, I'd have to, if you ask, we'll ask Coach Moore after the game, I'd have to believe he'll probably feel that this is their best effort so far this year.
Upshaw on second down, hands to the back into a sea of defenders at the line of scrimmage. And taken down there is Fuller. Now to bring up third down and goal under a minute to go. Gotta imagine they are content with winding this play clock way down.
They're in no hurry. Plenty of time, 50 seconds left. I believe they still have 2 timeouts left, so they're in no rush whatsoever.
And I would imagine that that's what they talked about during the timeout, is that if we are tackled short of the goal line, we are fine with running this clock down. They don't want to give Erie a chance to gain any momentum before half, but they do snap it early. Fuller trying to work the outside, and he's pushed out of bounds. But they will continue to run the clock because he was pushed out backwards.
Yep.
The clock will not stop.
I think the Hawks may have taken a timeout there. The clock's, they should be running the clock right now, unless there was a timeout called. There was a timeout called.
And now the officials stop the clock. Timeout going to be called by the Hawks.
Yeah, let's just stay here for right now, Daniel.
It's going to be fourth down and goal after this timeout.
Yeah, obviously a big play, big situation. Coach Moore may be having the discussion, maybe they take the points here, kick the field goal. Oyster certainly got the leg from there to make that happen, and he's certainly showed that he's accurate from that distance.
Well,
I don't think we've seen him miss an extra point this season, at least live.
The question becomes, do you want to try the field goal, which would be about 21, 22 yards from here, which is well within Oyster's range, or do you want to go for the touchdown with the thought process of our defense has been so good today that Erie would be way backed up if they get the ball. Almost assuredly wouldn't be able to do anything with it, and maybe you force them to make a mistake.
I think I kicked the field goal here just because I want to go in just putting up more points to ensure that you're going to put up more points, feeling good at the half. That would probably be my decision. I'm not Coach Moore, and I'm certainly not of the caliber of Coach Moore at all.
Well, and Coach Moore doesn't agree with you. He doesn't agree with you.
Which is probably the right decision. That tells you that's probably the right decision.
Upshaw takes the snap on 4th and goal. Pass over the left side is caught.
And it was the right decision.
Touchdown,
sure
Hocking.
Yep, great ball there. It was a tight window that Upshaw was able to squeeze in, and I still haven't caught the receiver.
That was Elijah Givens once again, his second touchdown of the day. Just a quick little out route to the left side that Givens was able to come down with. His first touchdown was a 39-yard go route. This one in a little bit more coverage, and he's still able to come down with the football. And now Zach Oyster is out, not for 3 points, but for 1 point, the extra point. Trying to make it 35-0. They got a Cat to jump off sides, but the extra point is up and through regardless. Let's see what Coach Moore decides here. He does decline the penalty, because he could have accepted it and tried to go for 2 after that, but he does take the 1 point. It is now 35-0 Hocking with 24 seconds to go in the half.
It's kind of tough to look because, again, it was tight quarters there, but it kind of looked like Givens just basically ran a route where you're basically kind of doing a little hook, almost like a basketball block-out move. And Upshaw was just sitting there waiting on him to turn. And as soon as he turned, man, he fired it in there. It was a beautiful throw, perfect timing, great catch by Givens. Nice to see him making that catch. Shows me that he can not just catch the ball deep down the field, but he can also catch the ball in traffic.
He can do it all. Just got to give him the football. This Hocking team has quite a few really talented receivers. Daniel Colburn. We've seen Tristan Baxter with 2 touchdowns today, 2 deep ball touchdowns for him. Elijah Givens with 2 touchdowns now. Feels like first time we've been calling Givens' name all season. The kick is away from Oyster and returned starting at the 20. Trying to bounce through some tackles and at the 34-yard line. Now let's take an injury timeout with him.
Injury timeout on the play. At halftime, also, please do not forget to visit the Hawk Shop right at the beginning front entrance of our field. All kinds of Hocking College swag, including football jerseys, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, everything you can think of. Visit the Hawk Shop, they'll get you set up.
Welcome back. We apologize. Technical difficulties trying to get the commercials running on that last break. And now first down and 10 from the 34 for the Cats. It was Mashi Yant, the injured player for the Cats. Now on 1st and 10, going deep, and the pass is intercepted. Picked off inside the 25-yard line. Quinta Wafer. He was highlighted by head coach Craig Moore when I talked to him this morning. Said he has stood out as one of the emerging stars on the defensive side of the football, and he was able to get under a pass that was well overthrown by Kylan Stubel. It was good coverage, double coverage down the right side of the field, and Wafer was just deep, and he was able to make the play. 12 seconds to go, 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
The receiver did have a step on the corner, but the safety was over top, was able to get back over top. And Quentin Wafer's just having an excellent game on the defensive side. The quarterback was just trying to throw it as deep as he could. There's only 12 seconds left in the half. They're just trying to, Hail Mary type of play in that situation, and give all the credit to Wafer in the secondary.
They will go and take a knee. Brent Upshaw and Craig Moore content with an outstanding first half. They lead it 35-0 as we head into the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the halftime coverage from Hocking College.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Are we going to count that as a practice try, or is that our kick? We cannot let my man go out like that. Let's give him a shot. Never kicked before. Let's let him get the lay of the land. He's out there with a kicker. What kind of can we give him out there, my man? Like, help him out. We have to do it as it was advertised, a 35-yard kick. Sean, that one was better. Good try. Got it straightened out. Just got to get a little air on it this next time you do it. Everyone, give Sean a big round of applause. Thank you for your effort.
God, that throw was coming off to nobody.
Defense, number 20. Your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SAFE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SAFE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code SAFE25.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Pure Rock weather. This check of your forecast is being presented to you by your friends at Total Media Radio. Be sure and download the Total Media Radio app from your app store and keep up to date with everything that is your local and hometown radio station.
Here's a look at your weather forecast. Plenty of sunshine through Saturday afternoon with highs near 83. Clear skies tonight, lows around 52 degrees. More sun in the outlook for Sunday, warming up to a high of 84 degrees.
The River Valley's excuse for driving with the windows down. Pure Rock 99.5.
Put
why this Cats team is struggling so much on offense. We'll see if they can get a little more consistency out of that quarterback position here in this second half as we are underway. Erie will start with the football here in this second half, so they will get a chance here early. Nick Camiso is out there at the quarterback position.
Penalty on the Cats. I believe it was a block in the back that the official signaled there, and so they're going to get marched back, and that was good coverage by the Hawks. I believe that's Tito Spears for the Hawks on the tackle. Really nice open field tackle there on the coverage. And so excellent start for the Cats. They've certainly had some issues with their kick coverage so far this season, but that was really good job there, really good coverage, and the penalty sets the Cats back even further.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 27-yard line. Nick Camiso and company back out there for the first drive of the second half. He's got 3 receivers to the left side, takes the snap, and he is taken down in the backfield. How about that? What a start here in this second half.
Yep, an really nice play, pressure almost immediately. Ray-Sean Kennedy came off the edge, off the defensive right-hand side, the offensive left-hand side, and was able to make the play. It was both edge defenders were able to get pressure quickly on the quarterback, and so a great start for the Hawks defense here in the second half.
Kennedy was in on quite a few plays in that first half. He had a sack. That's now his second sack of the day. About 45 seconds gone here in this third quarter. Camiso takes the snap. He's going to give to the back on the right side. Down to the grass goes the ball carrier, and he was a little frustrated that he couldn't break that even further.
He probably saw that if he'd have broke that tackle, he had some room to run over there, and he wasn't too happy that he went down.
About 15 yards.
That'll be third down and long. The line to gain is across the 35 at around the 37. Erie backed up inside the 25. On third down, Camiso rolling to his left, still rolling, fakes the pitch, and runs out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. It'll be fourth down.
Good decision there by Asian Francis. Did a nice job of keeping the pressure on the quarterback, chasing him all the way to the sidelines, and then most importantly, not making the late hit out of bounds there. Pulled up. Really good pursuit by the Hawks defense.
The punt team out on the field for Erie. Gavin Carney, who was out practicing his kicks during halftime and was hitting with ease from 50. He's out to do the punting. Good snap, and the kick is away. Good end-over-end kick that will be returned at the 39. Kaba up across the 40. Flag comes in the back. Kaba all the way down the sideline. He's going to be run out of bounds, but this is going to more than likely come back.
Yeah, you had a flag thrown almost immediately on the block there when the return was starting. Then another flag was thrown a little further up the field, and I believe both were on Hocking College. And so this is going to come back. But nonetheless, the defense did its job, getting the 3 and out coming out of the half. And now the offense can take control of the game. And again, with 35-0 lead, Coach Moore is just going to continue to work on things that he knows they need to work on and try to keep things positive and moving in the right direction offensively. And if they score, they score. But more importantly, he just wants to keep things moving forward, getting first downs, getting those chunk plays like they have been in the first half.
2 minutes have come and gone here in this third quarter as our official crew still talking about it.
As much as they're talking, maybe this is an offsetting situation. And now they're going over to Coach Moore, I think, they're talking to Coach Moore, asking him what he wants to do. So this may very well be multiple. There's another flag over there that we didn't even see, all the way on the far sidelines there. So there's actually 3 total penalties, it looks like, on this play.
Taking a while for them to get it all sorted out.
I'm guessing the one that's on the far sidelines is probably something along the lines of a late hit.
Oh, here comes the ruling.
Yeah, offsetting, and so Coach Moore's decided to make them re-kick.
Illegal block in the back on Hocking was one of the calls.
Well, it's offsetting. They're going to replay it no matter what. They were probably just explaining to Coach Moore exactly what was called there. And of course, they were talking to Coach Kemp for the Erie Kats as well, explaining what the situation was. So, yep, we just redo it all over again.
So Muhammad Kaba will get another chance to have a nice return. Carney back out for the kick. First one, the operation was fluid. And more flags fly, I believe, a false start.
Yep.
Carney's already moving back.
Be good to see for the Hawks to get a real positive play, a big play with their special teams here. That's basically the one of the three, offense, defense, special teams. Special teams is the one that's contributed the least so far this game, and so it'd be good to see them have a big play here on the special teams.
Carney stands inside his own 10. He fields the snap, gets the kick away. Another good one. Inside the 50, it will bounce and roll out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Now they'll mark at the 47-yard line.
It was a good decision there by the Hawks, by the returner, Muhammad Kaba, just deciding to let that ball bounce out of bounds. No sense in taking the risk of trying to catch a ball that he wasn't completely under. Smart decision there, and the Hawks will take over offensively.
Well, let's see. It is Brent Upshaw coming back out for the first series in this second half. We talked pregame that Luke Ferris more than likely will make an appearance at some point in this game. It's just a matter of when. We thought we were going to see him in the second quarter, but this offense was working so well that they forced Coach Moore's hand. You just couldn't take Upshaw out with how well they were doing, and it's the right decision. But here on first down, a run up the gut picks up one.
Yeah, I would certainly expect to see, as you said, I'd expect to see Ferris at some point this game, especially if the score stays like this or even worse, perhaps even a bigger gap. But, yeah, you're right, Daniel. I mean, there's no reason to take Upshaw out at this point. He's been playing so well outside of the one turnover, the one bad decision on the option play. Everything else has been pretty much spot on.
12 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Second down and 9. Upshaw taking the snap. He gives it's Gibbon across midfield and into a sea of bodies right around the 45.
Again, the offensive line up front is doing a really nice job of getting movement. We can see this right now with the direction that the Hawks are going. We can basically see Mackey and LaForest working on this right-hand side, and they're certainly resetting the line of scrimmage, typically 2-3 yards on the side of the Cats. They're getting the push that the Hawks need to keep this ground game going.
Josiah Mackey and Adrian LaForest creating space for the backs here today and giving time to Upshaw to throw. Now they give it right back to Gibbon. Gibbon finds a seam. Gibbon's into the second level, and he is into the end zone.
That went off the left side, and so we're going to have to give some love to the offensive line there on the left-hand side because they created a huge gap. You could have ran a Mack truck through that thing, and he wasn't touched at all the way to the end zone. A great play for the Hawks. Another excellent start here for the second half. And so going up now, 6 scores? The Hawks are looking good in this situation now.
41-0 pending the extra point from Zach Oyster, who has been perfect so far today. An extra point from 20 yards out. Fluent process, the kick is through. Rolls into the field behind.
He is so consistent. I mean, it's no question. Every time he kicks the ball, it is right down the middle. And you can tell his legs just getting stronger and stronger, too, even on those extra points.
A 48-yard rushing touchdown for Kevin Gibbon. And a solid extra point has the Hawks up 42-0, 3 minutes and 42 seconds into the second half. Zach Oyster gets the football teed up. The Cats just looking to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. Down 42-0. Giving up big play after big play. The explosive play definitely being seen here today from the Hawks. Now on the return, physical play up across the 40-yard line. The Cats will take over with good field position.
I do see couple players there for the Hawks back here throwing the ball back and forth, so I'm guessing number 10 for the Hawks, which is Luke Ferris, is back here warming his arm up, so he may be coming in the next offensive series.
First down and 10, ball spotted at the 42 for Nick Camiso. He's got a running back directly behind him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, drops back to throw. Out to the right side, pass is caught. Up to the 49-yard line goes Tommy Hunt.
It's a nice ball, just a quick out. Got the ball out there quickly. Good pickup on the first down for the Cats.
10 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Ball spotted at the 48. It's a pickup of 6. It'll be second down and 4. 3 receivers once again to the left. As Camiso takes the snap, he gives to the back. Into the second level, still on his feet. Down the sideline go the Cats inside the 30-yard line before being run out of bounds.
Yeah, he's ran out of bounds by Avery Stahl, but as you said, not until he was well down the field. Nice running play there for the Cats. They got some momentum going here offensively. Pretty good series so far.
Cameron Warburton on the carry. It's that one up 20-plus yards on the ground down to the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 23. Now Camiso standing in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Steps back to throw over the middle. Pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was Amarian McMiller, 5'7" freshman. Couldn't come down with it.
Does look like the Hawks have rotated quite a few other players, new players onto the field, including, looks like their entire linebacking core, at least their inside linebackers. Looks like maybe a couple new numbers there on the defensive front as well.
Second down and 10. Pass into the flat, right back to McMiller. He lost the football, and the Hawks come away with it. Did he have control, or is this an incomplete pass? It's a fumble.
Yeah.
It was a catch. He made a football move. McMiller lost it, and the Hawks come away with it.
Yeah, Amari Lindsay was all over it, got the strip of the football, and was able to also recover it, and almost nearly, it was turned into an interception, almost looked like, because when he stripped it, the ball almost fell right into his lap. I think it did hit the ground ultimately, but he was still all over it. So really nice play by Amari Lindsay for the Hawks, the sophomore DB, making a play for the defense, and I think that's what, the 3rd turnover now, I believe, if my count is right.
That would be at least 4.
4 turnovers.
2 fumbles and an interception in the first half.
Interception.
And now a fumble here in the second half. First down and 10. Luke Ferris is into the game. He gives to Allgood on his first snap. Allgood gets it up across the 35. That's a gain of a few. Now I'm excited to see Luke Ferris go to work here
I think
today.
we did see a little bit of him real early in the season, maybe game 1, because I do recall seeing Colin Ferris and seeing Ferris a little bit out there toward the end of that game, week 1. But now, after what happened last week with the comeback that happened in the 4th quarter last week, yeah, it's nice to see what he can do as well.
He got him back into the football game. Down 24-0 going into the 4th quarter last week against Nassau. The Hawks were able to make it a 24-20 game behind Ferris at quarterback. His pass is tipped, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of multiple defenders on that play. Ferris lucky that his first pass of the day didn't go for an interception.
Yeah, just tipped at the line. He really can't control that. But typically when the ball goes up in the air and it floats for that long, it turns into an interception. But it got tipped around by a couple other defenders. And ultimately for the Hawks, luckily it fell to the ground.
Just over 9 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 3rd down and 7 from the 36-yard line. The Hawks have it in their own territory. Looking to make something happen. Luke Ferris in his first offensive possession of the day. Takes the snap on 3rd down. Scanning over the middle, now trying to get out of pressure. Pass is incomplete. Falls incomplete. A flag comes in from way back deep. The pass was intended for Christian Curry. Was one of his favorite receivers in last week's comeback effort.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little nitpicky. I think there was some contact there, but
it was a very late flag, almost as if they call it on like a unsportsmanlike taunting penalty.
Yeah, they called pass interference.
It was very late.
It was very late, but they called pass interference. I don't know. That's questionable, but again, I'm not an official either. But the Hawks will certainly take it. They're perfectly fine with the call. That was a late decision by Ferris. He was a little bit late throwing that ball over the middle. And it looked to me like the defender was there well positioned, but apparently the official didn't think so.
Well, that'll move it up to the 49-yard line, still in their own territory. Hocking with the football. 1st and 10. Just under 9 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Ferris in the shotgun takes the snap. He gives to Allgood. Allgood hit in the backfield, makes one man miss, but he is going to go down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And the Cats defender, I believe that was Delshawn Taylor, the sophomore for the Cats defensive end. He was able to get some quick penetration, actually coming from the nose guard position, it looks like. He's able to get some quick penetration, kind of stymied the play in the backfield before it could get started, and it gave time for the rest of the Cats defenders to rally to the ball and make the play.
2nd down and 13. They lost more like 2nd down and 12. They lost 2 on the play. Back to the 47-yard line. Three receivers to the right. Running back in the backfield next to Ferris. Takes the snap, he gives, it is Allgood. And once again, Allgood going nowhere.
Does look like the Hawks still have their starting front line, offensive line out there. I can't see all the numbers from the far distance away from us. But we should mention Wagner, number 65 for the Hawks. He's also had a really good game at center. Of course, he's the captain of the offensive line. In many ways, the center acts as the captain of the offensive line, and Spencer Wagner's had an excellent game. He did have the one bad snap that ultimately turned into one of the best plays we've seen. Yeah, but outside of that, he's done a nice job as well, blocking there at center all game long.
Play clock at 10. Game clock under 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Hocking gets back on the football. They've got 3 seconds to snap it here. 1 second. Ferris gets it off. Play action. Rolling to his right. Makes one man miss. Throwing off his back foot. It's intercepted.
Bad decision.
Picked off by number 33. Tremaine Dawson.
Yep, freshman. He just, you have to wonder, Ferris, he's not maybe trying to do a little too much at this point. Again, he's getting an opportunity here. Maybe he's just trying to do a little too much to compete with Upshaw here at the quarterback position. That was a bad decision. He threw that ball into basically triple coverage.
You know Hocking is winning this game by a lot when Erie comes down with an interception and they basically have zero reaction on their sideline.
They're pretty...
A defeated feeling.
Yep.
On 1st and 10, the Cats get the football back. It is Torrey Anderson on the give, and he is drugged backwards and taken down eventually at the 40. Forward progress will mark him closer to the line of scrimmage.
I've been really impressed by the Hawks defense all game long. Not just their starters, but now many of their players their backup players coming onto the field now, of how they rally to the football. Everybody's hustling to the football. They're not quitting, and they're playing through the echo of the whistle, as coaches like to teach. And so that's good to see, any defense being aggressive and staying physical until the whistle.
From the 46, 2nd down and 8. They gave him 2 yards on the previous play. Pass over the middle.
You get that.
Multiple people have hands on the football. Who's going to come away with it?
He sure did.
Do the Hawks have it? They do.
Aaron
An interception, one of the better interceptions you will see.
Yeah, he earned that football. He caught it. Of course, the receiver also had his hands on it, and they were fighting and fighting and fighting for the football, and Jenkins just eventually ripped it away. He wanted that ball worse, or more, I should say, than the receiver, and that was just an excellent play by Jenkins.
Turnover number 5 for the Hawks defense, the 2nd interception of the afternoon. That is just the type of day that it has been for Erie with the football in their hands. Nick Camiso, that was his first interception.
I tell you, just watch it. Erie is not a bad team. They've just ran into a Hawks team today that they came out meaning business, and they've gotten after it from the get-go. And again, this is a different team than we saw 2 weeks ago on this same field.
So a penalty came in, but it was on Hocking.
May have been a celebration penalty.
Yeah, so that'll mark him back.
A celebration penalty, but I'm not sure. I didn't see it called.
It'll mark him back 10 yards from the end of the return. And now Ferris on 1st down gives to the back down the left side and taken down right around the 35-yard line. It was Emerson on the handoff. Javante Emerson, hearing his name called a couple of times so far today. Got 5.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Definitely been a great day, a great family day at Hocking College here today.
Picked the right day.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hocking College fans they're loving this. This is couldn't ask for a better day weather-wise, especially in October, and having a lot of success on the field are the Hawks. And so going to be some positive vibes going out to dinner tonight, the families having their dinners here in Nelsonville, as well as I'm sure they're going to head up to Athens to have some great food there in several of the restaurants on East State.
2nd and 6, another give, and again going nowhere.
And of course,
Emerson.
The Bobcats are on the road today, so they don't have to battle that crowd.
Nope.
So, yeah, this is going to be overall a great day, great family day for Hocking College in Nelsonville and the Hocking College community. Of course, Hocking College is such a vital part of the Nelsonville economy and the Nelsonville experience, and having all these different students from all across the country come to this community I grew up in. I grew up right here in Nelsonville, and so it's certainly been a positive contribution to our community, having these different students, different walks of life, different cultures, come to Nelsonville, be a part of our community, and be a positive contributors to our community. And so it's definitely been a good day for Hocking College, no doubt.
On 3rd down, pass to the left side is a little too tall for the intended receiver. It'll bring up 4th down. That would have been a great find for Luke Ferris if that throw was just a little lower.
He was dealing with some heavy pressure there from Jalen Yearwood from the Cats. And so, yeah, it had been a heck of a throw there to be able to convert that with that pressure that was coming in his face.
Now the punt team out on the field for Hocking. Zach Oyster back deep to punt, and back deep to return Jackson Moritz, a 5'8" freshman. Looking for a clean operation. Probably one of the areas under the spotlight for head coach Craig Moore right now, and the kick is away, a knuckling kick. No spin on it whatsoever. Moritz fields it on the bounce and is spun down inside the 35. I don't know that I've ever seen a kick with no spin on it like that before.
It was a knuckleball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of a side knuckleball. It was a weird-looking kick, I agree, but also difficult to handle and difficult to cleanly return.
But Moritz does come down with it cleanly, so Zach Oyster able to flip the field to the 34-yard line in Erie territory.
And let's make note that that's a positive play for. I mean, they got the punt off right.
Yep.
They were able to flip the field a little bit.
It was close again.
It was close, but they got it off.
The Cats did have some defenders in the backfield very close to blocking it again. They weren't able to do so, and now on 1st and 10. Pass out to the outside, almost intercepted.
Yeah, Tyus, Quintavious Tyus, he knew that was a pick six. He had an opportunity there. He's kind of kicking himself, but, that was a good play, really good coverage by the young man.
If he goes to the ground with the football, he comes up with it, but he tried to stay on his feet and catch that pass.
There's a reason why some of those guys are on the defensive side of the field, right? They find out usually pretty early whether or not those kids have good enough hands to be receivers.
Now on 2nd down and 10, dropping back to throw, now rolling to his left. Gonna take off and run with it, and spun down in the backfield. Kylan Stubel back into the game at quarterback, not going anywhere. We got some pushing and shoving going on after the play between a lineman and a linebacker.
Nice job by Van George there at the free safety position, rolling up and making the play. And again, the Hocking Hawks defense has certainly had, I would imagine, this has to be their best game so far this season. When you're pitching a shutout, you can't get much better than that, can you, Daniel?
You cannot. You absolutely cannot. 42-0 the score. Hocking out in front, 3rd down and 11 for the Cats. Stubel trying to work back middle of the field, makes one man miss. And he will then be taken down by seemingly the whole defense. 4 tacklers in on the play to take down Stubel right around the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up a 4th down and long.
Again,
punt team out on the field.
Hawks just rallying to the football. Everybody's feeling good out in that field right now. Everybody's getting some playing time here in the second half with the big lead. And again, you're out there. You know this is going to be on film. You want to impress Coach Moore. If you haven't been on the field much this season, and now you're out there as a Hawk, you're going to be as aggressive as you can be. You want to play as well as you can, because you want to show that those coaches on that sideline that you should be on the field. You should be out there with the starters.
Kearney gets the punt away, end over end. It will land out of bounds. Landed at the 32. That's where they will mark it. And Hocking will take back over from that spot in their own territory. Actually, the 36-yard line, I apologize.
34-yard.
Only a minute 43. Minute 53 left in this third quarter. I'm going to steal your chair here for a little bit.
Yeah, just
Daniel.
don't put it in between those.
Yeah, I might. Hey, if I go down off this balcony or whatever we call it, there's chances are I'm not getting back up.
You just be careful over there. Minute 53 to go here in this third quarter. 42-0 the score. Hocking out in front. And they have the football back. Ferris in at quarterback. He's going to give. That is Emerson taken down in the backfield. Like you said, Tad, the backups getting some action here in this second half. A little bit slower on the offensive side of the ball for Hocking, but that's to be expected.
It's another play in the backfield by Delshawn Taylor for the Cats. He's showed up a few times here and making some nice plays. Not the tallest player in there at the nose guard position, not the biggest kid, but you can tell he's definitely physical and he's getting after it, getting off the ball. And again, we just like to see good football. We just root for good football and good football players. And we've seen it. I know it's 42-0, but we've certainly seen some players make some really positive plays for the Erie Kats here today.
Going deep over the left side, pass a little too high. Intended for Christian Curry. It's the second time he's been targeted here in this third quarter. Ferris not able to connect with him.
He just hasn't been accurate. Ferris has a nice arm. You can tell he throws a nice tight spiral. He just hasn't been accurate so far in this game since he's been in. What was it? Probably the second or third series of the second half.
Yeah, we saw Brent Upshaw the first series of the quarter, and ever since then it has been Luke Ferris. 52 seconds to go. 3rd down and 12. The Hawks looking for another chunk play. They've gotten quite a few of them so far. On 3rd down, Ferris 3-step drop. Rolls to his right, now steps into a throw, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by the Cats. Number 31.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe the receiver may have slipped down on that play. Something happened. Again, we're kind of hidden a little bit here with the Cats sideline. We can't see real well what's happening right on our side of the field on the sidelines. But
it was Mark Rogers on the interception, the sophomore, able to come down with it. A nice play from him, the second interception of this third quarter for Luke Ferris. So last week, what looked like a really solid performance for him, maybe going in the wrong direction here today. Now on 1st and 10, Stubel over the middle of the field, has a man open, a nice catch.
That is really nice catch.
Really nice catch from Tommy Hunt over the middle of the field. That is a really nice 1st down play for the Cats.
Ball was underthrown, but somehow the receiver was able to slide down and stop his momentum enough to where he was able to reach back and make that play, and that was definitely a catch. Nice play for the Cats, and there's no doubt that Coach Kemp wants to put some points on the board here on this drive.
From the 24, Stubel once again over the middle. That pass tipped, and a flag's going to come in.
I think it's going to be a legal contact for the Hawks.
Aaron Jenkins got a hand on it. We wait for the ruling. Six seconds to go here in this third quarter. Cats with the football, and they're driving.
I didn't see it, but that's just knowing football and knowing where he threw the flag and who it was coming from. That's typically an illegal contact on the defense or a hold on the defense.
It's a holding call going against the Hawks. It'll be an automatic 1st down. And that will move the ball inside the red zone. It is the second time that the Cats have had the ball inside the red zone today. The first one came when they had 1st and goal on the 6-yard line.
Because of a botched snap on the punt. That ended up in the punter being tackled down
and that very next play ended up being a turnover for the Hawks defense. So they've had one play in the red zone today, have the Hawks on defense. They've gotten a takeaway. Here comes the second. Stubel takes the snap. He's going to give. That's the running back inside the 5, down to the goal line, and he is stopped just short.
Yeah, just short.
A nice run right there for Cameron Warburton.
Yeah, Warburton, he's yelling to the sidelines, run it again, run the same play. He's saying roll it.
They're going to have to.
He sniffs that end zone. He wants it.
He's going to have to wait and march all the way down to the other end of the field because we have reached the end of the third quarter here from Hocking. 42-0, Hawks in front.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Hocking. The Hawks all over the Cats of Erie Community College. 42-0 the score, but Erie knocking on the doorstep. It is first and goal from the 1. The give, it goes, Warburton extends,
Yep,
he is in.
Yeah, he wanted that, and he earned it, honestly. And I'm not surprised that Coach Kemp decided to go ahead and give it to him again for the touchdown. So really good drive there for the Cats. Ends in points, first points of the game. And of course the Hawks, they have they're rotating many other players in right now. It's not all the starters that they started with. And, you always want a shutout, but it's extremely difficult in all levels of football to pitch a shutout.
Here comes the extra point attempt. Carney's kick is up. It is good. I thought he sailed that one wide to the right as well. But he got it through, and he now has his first point of the game after having a field goal blocked earlier and shanking one wide to the right. It is now 42-7. Hocking in front. I would imagine they at least attempt an onside kick on this kickoff here. Try to get the offense back out on the field.
They might. You don't know.
I think all hope of a comeback is pretty much come and gone.
Yeah, I think it is. But sometimes you might do that just to try to put a little fire and let the.
Well, it's good practice, right?
Well, and you also want your players to know that the coach hasn't given up on the game. He's still trying to get out. He's trying to get out here and win. But it's kind of a balancing act as a coach. You also have to consider, okay, where are we at with injuries right now? Is it worth the risk? Should we just, cut our losses and try to get out of this game healthy? Again, it just depends on a number of factors what you're going to do here. But I wouldn't be surprised especially if they did some type of surprise onside kick.
Let's see what they go with here. As always, the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. And it looks like Carney is lining up to just kick it off normally.
Yeah.
There it comes, and it is away. A normal kick. It will be returned by Allgood, starting at the 10, across the 30-yard line. Allgood hit by 2 defenders, staying on his feet, still churning the legs up to the 35-yard line.
He is definitely a strong running back, and in this case, a strong returner. And I thought we had a Hawk down, but he was just playing around, wanting some help up. Yeah, it was.
He's looking for
Francis just having a little bit of fun with his teammates there.
Francis was looking like he was about to make snow angels with no snow. Had his arms and legs extended back on the ground.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely not mud angels, because whoever takes care of this field at Hocking College, boy, they do a good job, man. That's a good-looking field. It's not torn up or divvied up at all. And they've maintained these fields really well.
Natural playing surface. Luke Ferris gives to the back on first down. That is Raymond Gilly.
Looked like the freshman Jerry Hickman in there on the tackle.
We'll bring up second down and 12. About a minute gone here in this fourth quarter. You're just now tuning in. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. 42-7 our score. Hocking in front, looking to snap a 4-game losing streak.
They're definitely well on their way for sure. And I've just been so impressed with the squad that's came out onto this field today. This was kind of the squad that I had hoped and anticipated really all season long seeing, and so hopefully this is going to bode well for the rest of this season.
Another give, pushing his way forward a few yards. There's Gilly once again up to the 37. This loss for Erie will be their second in a row after starting the season 4-0. Like we talked about in the pregame, they played 3 of their 4 wins came against junior varsity opponents. And last week they got beat up pretty good by Hudson Valley. This week they're getting beat up pretty good here by Hocking.
Yeah, and of course the Hawks, as you mentioned in the pregame, they'll go up to Erie here in a couple weeks to play on the Erie's home field. It'll be interesting to see if Erie's able to respond in any way to this, what's going to likely be a defeat for the Erie Kats today.
Gilly for the 3rd straight play, bouncing it to the right side. He's got a little bit of a seam up the sideline into enemy territory. An outstanding run for Raymond Gilly. Moves the chains. We'll see where they spot him, where exactly he ran out of bounds. Looks like right around the 46, which would be a pickup of over 15 yards on the ground.
It's really important for Coach Moore in the Hocking College program to have games like this where they have things well under control. They can get some of these other players out on the field so they can get some tape on them and really see them in action, running their offense, running their defense, running their special teams, and just kind of see where they're at in real game action with their teammates. And so there's going to be so many positives come out of this game for the Hawks today.
1st and 10 from the 46. Another give, this time going down 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage is Gilly. Under 12 minutes to go now. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Luke Ferris still in the game at quarterback for the Hawks, despite his 2 interceptions in the 3rd quarter. Led a really nice comeback last week, did Ferris. Ultimately came up just short.
I think he's probably just came out here and he's trying to keep up with Upshaw. You know, they're competitive. These kids are competitive. There's a reason why they're out in that football field, on a college football field nonetheless. They're competitive people. And he came out there and he was just pressing probably a little too much and made a couple bad decisions on throws.
Gilly down the sideline on the right side. Another solid pickup on the ground. Coach Moore seems content with running this clock as much as he can, and Gilly is making him look good. Ball spotted inside the 35. Another pickup of 10 plus.
But I can tell you, I bet you Upshaw's over on the sidelines rooting on Ferris right now.
Absolutely.
Because when you're those quarterbacks, you know, you got all that pressure on you and you're in that quarterback room, you really become close because they're the only ones you can lean on, right? When you're going through those rough times, those tough times, that's the person that you can talk to about it, and you can help each other out. And so you ultimately start just rooting for each other, even though you are competing, obviously, for that starting role.
High snap, ball on the ground. Ferris able to fall on it. They will end up losing a good chunk of yards there on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
It looked like a good snap. It may be a little bit hot, but it just went right through Ferris's hands.
He definitely had to reach his arms up a little higher than he anticipated, but definitely a catchable snap. Like you said there, Tad, they spotted at the 43. They lose 9. Second down and 19, under 10 minutes to go. They take the snap and they give it right back to Gilly, pushing his way forward, a pickup of around 3.
Yeah, they're just not getting quite the push they were on the offensive line. It looks like they still have mostly several of their starting offensive linemen on the field right now, if I'm reading the numbers correctly. But they're just not getting the push they were, and of course they're probably getting a little bit worn out too, because they have been battling for now nearly 3.5 quarters. And the ball, obviously the game's well in hand. We got 3rd and really long here. They'll probably be somewhat conservative with this call, you would imagine.
It's going to be 3rd down and 17. One receiver to each side. They stick on the ground with Gilly, who lost his footing in the backfield and was then taken down.
Coach Moore is perfectly fine. We'll just keeping this clock moving and send the punt team out there and hopefully pin the Cats back deep in their own territory. This is also just another opportunity for this punt team to get some work in, right? They've struggled with a number of things, with the blocking, with the snap, with the just the punter handling the snap and getting it off. And so, again, just another game opportunity to get some work in on something that definitely needs some work.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 19. Zach Oyster out to handle the punting duties. Moritz back deep to return. Kick is away, a nice one. It is fielded cleanly, fair caught at the 20-yard line.
That was really well executed. Nice snap. Good job of blocking by the line as well as the upbacks. And nice kick by Oyster. Overall, excellent execution for the punt team there.
7:59 to go here in the ball game. 42-7, Hocking in front. They are back on defense, a defense that has 5 turnovers today. They have been outstanding on the defensive side of the football. A few sacks mixed in there as well by Rayshon Kennedy and company.
Yeah, none of those turnovers have been cheapies, like, you know, a bad snap or a quarterback center exchange issue.
They've all been earned.
Yeah, they've all been earned.
Kylan Stubel takes the snap. He bobbled the snap a little bit there, ironically, right as we're talking about freebies on turnovers. He did secure the football and took it to the left side forward for a yard.
Quarterback number 12, go for a 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7 from the 20.
Looks like we're seeing more and more players on the field, numbers we haven't seen yet for the Hawks. Again, just great to see that they're all getting some time on the field and get some experience here on a college football Saturday.
2nd down and 7 from the 23. Stubel waits for his receivers to get set on the right side. 1 to the left, 3 to the right. He takes the snap, fakes the give, now throws over the middle, got hit hard by 2 Hawks. He held on to the football for quite a while. Had the time, and he comes up holding that side a little bit. Seems to be all right. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
I believe that was Dylan Hereford Jr., who was one of the Hawks that delivered the pressure, and I believe the other one may have been Micaiah Johnson.
3rd and 7 from the 23, same play. Pass into the flats, a little too high. Flag comes in in the offensive backfield.
I don't know what that was. Odd looking.
Personal foul on the defense.
Definitely wasn't no hit on the quarterback. Quarterback didn't even get touched. It must have been something, maybe hands up into the face mask, something along those lines, I'm guessing.
Well, that'll be a free 1st down for Erie. We'll make it a 1st down.
Yeah, I think it was somebody got their hands up into the face mask. 15-yard penalty, personal foul. Had to be something along those lines because there was definitely no late hit. He threw the flag before the play was even over, and the quarterback didn't even get touched.
Spot the ball at the 38-yard line. Same formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Quite a few Hawks started early. Ball's on the ground. There's your cheapie.
There's the cheapie. Well, I've been jinxing
Picked
some
up
folks
by
here
the
today.
Hawks, the 6th turnover of the day. And it comes because of a bad snap.
And they were, give credit to the Hawks, taking advantage of the opportunity, being there ready to pounce on the football. I wasn't able to catch the number of who was able to recover the football, but whoever that is, you'll be able to see it on film. Just hit rewind, and so we give credit to the Hawks and to that player, whoever recovered it. Again, another great effort by the Hawks defense, getting the turnover, giving it back to the offense here. And I'm sure we're going to see several other players that are going to be on the field here to finish out the game with only 7:01 left in the 4th quarter on what's been a wonderful day here at Hocking College.
Luke Ferris back out in the shotgun. He's going to hand to his back, working the left side. Taken down is Incarius Woodard. Inside the 25-yard line, a nice pickup.
Douglas Hunt for the Cats was in on the play and came up a little bit gimpy. I think he just banged up his knee staying in the game.
Second down and 1, a pickup of 9 up to the 22-yard line. Clock running under 6.5 minutes to go. Still 15 on the play clock. They take the snap anyway. Woodard with it again, trying to work the right side this time. He dives his way forward to the 20, flag in the backfield.
In the area of a hold here on the offense on the right-hand side. We'll see.
We have an injured Cat who came sprinting off the field, holding his right arm. He's being tended to on the sideline. Looks like a hand
that's
injury.
Douglas Hunt again. Obviously, that's not the previous injury where he just banged up his leg a little bit. This is something maybe a little bit more serious, like a dislocated finger that he's dealing with. He's obviously in some pain there and upset about it. Rightfully so, because I've dislocated my finger, and boy, it is painful. Hopefully the trainer can get him everything popped back in place here, and hopefully it's not broken.
Ball spotted at the 32 for Hocking.
He might have just smashed his fingers in some helmets, the way the trainer's kind of treating him there.
2nd and 11. Woodard takes the snap, an outside give to the right, and he is dragged down after picking up 1. So this win for Hocking will snap their 4-game losing streak. They will move to 2-4 on the season, a much-needed win after the slide that they went through. Kind of saw the momentum starting to build in that 4th quarter last week against Nassau. Now they're able to put 4 quarters of really good football together here today. With 5 minutes to go in the ball game, still not over yet, but they're up by 35 points. It feels rather comfortable.
Yeah, Hawks are in no hurry to call any kind of play right here. They know that this is well in hand, and Coach Moore is perfectly fine with taking this into the locker room with the lead that they have and chalk it up for a win, a great win for the Hawks.
Snap and the give goes to Woodard, trying to work the middle this time. He's up across the 30, picks up a few. The next game that they will have next week, they go to Detroit. So the last home game they had here at Hocking College was against the Community Christian College of Detroit. That is where the Hawks will head to next week. About a 4-hour bus ride up to Detroit.
And that's going to be interesting because that's a game that I thought the Hawks should have had. You know, if this team right here, again, that's playing today, if they take this team up to Detroit next week, they're going to win the football game. And I know some of these Hawks, they probably watch our replay here on Total Media Sports. We hope they do. We certainly enjoy calling the game and following you guys. This is the team that you want to take up there to Detroit because you're out here, you're getting after it, you're playing right, you're playing smart, you're making good decisions, you're handling the ball, you're not committing penalties. That's what you got to do to play winning football.
Ferris gives to Woodard, trying to work the left side here again. Getting outside the numbers and taken down inside the 20. I think we just heard a little bit of Coach Steinbrink right there.
Giving a little pep. I don't need to get Coach Moore will give him plenty of a pep talk, I'm sure. But yeah, you can't get the coaching out of me sometimes, Daniel. You can't get it out.
How long's it been?
It's been too long. I'll tell you, it's
too long.
Yeah.
Itching to get back out
that's
there.
for sure. I definitely miss it. Once you're a coach, you're always a coach. I can tell you that.
Playing days at Heidelberg.
Yep.
Yeah. Talked about that with the Nelsonville York coordinators this past week.
Yeah, good group of guys there too. Boy, we have so many good coaches in this area, including college coaches. Of course, right down the road, Peden Stadium there, Coach Smith with the Bobcats. And
outstanding
Coach
start
Moore
to the year for them.
Yep, Coach Moore here at Hocking College. Future is definitely bright in Southeast Ohio when it comes to football.
tried the counter. Woodard taken down in the backfield. It'll bring up second down and long behind the sticks.
And of course, let's not forget about our Ohio State Buckeyes, who are rolling, and they got a big game, another big game tonight against Minnesota.
Back at home.
Yep.
Isn't that the first home game since the Bobcats went
yeah,
up there?
So. Yep.
Bobcats gave them a little run for their money in that first half.
Yes,
Ohio State,
I was there.
obviously.
I was there.
Yeah, you were.
Yep, it was a good one. Yeah, I was impressed that if you look at it, that game against the Bobcats has been one of the most competitive games that Ohio State's faced this year.
They ended up pulling away late in that second half, but Chase Hendricks with that nice long touchdown to get the second half going.
Hit the 2-minute warning here, Daniel. Let's hit one more commercial before we call it.
So
okay?
we will step aside at the 2-minute warning here from Hocking, 42-7, Hawks in front.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Coming out of the 2-minute warning here from Hocking College. This game well in hand for the Hawks. Just running out the final 7 minutes here on this final drive. It has been Nicarius Woodard doing the ball handling duties. He's looked good on the ground so far on this drive. A couple of nice plays of 10-plus yards on the ground. A couple more of 5-plus yards. All of these ball carriers today for the Hawks have gotten the job done.
Yes, they have. And you got to give a ton of credit for the offensive line because of that. You know, the offensive line's definitely done their job throughout much of the game and creating those holes for the ball carriers.
Second down and 14. Ball is on the ground. Yeah. Ferris looked to hand it to Woodard, and I think Woodard got a hand on it, and Ferris just let go of it, but Woodard didn't have control.
Let's finish this out right, fellas, and
right after Coach Steinbrink gave you a pep talk. Now we're putting the ball on the ground.
Let's finish this out right, and just good snaps, and you don't need to necessarily gain any yards here. Just
I think we got a timeout.
What you need to execute.
We get a timeout called. The clock is stopped.
Clock stopped for some reason. Shouldn't have stopped.
Unless. Now the clock is running. At least the signal from the refs is the clock should be running. It has not started yet.
They're trying to get them to run it, but they're not running.
1:53 to go. Woodard takes the snap. It was just a little lagging behind.
Frozen, that's what it was. It was running. It was just frozen on the board.
So we're under 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in this ball game.
Now we do have a timeout. Yep, I think the Cats called a timeout. At least the officials signaled something.
They still have 3 left in their back pocket, so if they want to try to salvage something on the offensive side for Coach Kemp.
Yeah, Coach Kemp wants to give his offense an opportunity here to put a few more points on the board before this game's over.
1:39 to go, their first timeout of the half. Cats down 42. Cats down 42-7. And it is 4th down and very long. Each team off on their own sidelines talking over the final minute and a half here. Next week for Erie, they will move on to take on Nassau, who just beat Hocking a week ago. So if Hocking is taking down Erie handedly here today, and Hocking lost to Nassau last week, if this same team for Erie shows up next week against Nassau, it is going to be another disappointing showing. Another football being put on the ground here on 4th down. A little bit of turnover on downs regardless, but instead it becomes a fumble recovered for the Cats. Hurts that turnover ratio for
Yeah, Coach Moore, you know, they've played so well the whole game. He doesn't want to end for their last offensive play, most likely to be a fumble, given up fumble. But anyway, it's still been a really good game again for the Hawks. They're going to hopefully finish things out here defensively. And again, they're going to be able to go home with their families, or not maybe go home, but at least go out to dinner tonight and enjoy Southeast Ohio and have some good vibes here going into the rest of the weekend.
Keeping the handoff from the back, and a QB keeper for Chi in for the final drive of offense here this afternoon. Takes it up across the line of scrimmage, and now whistles blow.
3-yard play.
Referee's talking to the officials. I think we have somebody down on the sidelines, maybe.
It looks like a Hawk is injured.
Yep,
but he is off on the sideline.
Yeah, I think he was cramping up is what it is. That's what, yeah, he was cramping up, so they just got him moved off to out of play so they could work on him a little bit there and stretch out that calf muscle, it looks like.
Thomas Chi takes the snap, gives to the bag. That is Donovan Huggett. Huggett still on his feet across midfield before being run out of bounds. Under a minute to go. 42-7 the score. It is enough for the first down up to the 49.
He also got out of bounds, so the clock's going to remain stopped till the next play.
59 seconds to go. The Cats back onto the football. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, running back in the backfield. Chi takes the snap, looking to throw. Left side, hit late, passes up, pass
nice
is caught.
catch. Wow.
Oh, goodness, what a play. Kylie Scott Harper coming down with the football in double coverage.
Yeah, there was double coverage, well defended. The Hawks were all over it, but that young man he jumped out of the building. If we were in a building, he'd be jumping out of the building. And he just played it, you know, he played the high point of the football and just looked like a basketball player out there dunking. And he was able to snag that football.
First down and 10 from the 32. Chi takes the snap, rolling out to his right, throws off his back foot, well over the head of Tristan Park.
Yeah. A lot of pressure there from Avery Stahl. He's been in on quite a few plays here throughout the game, in and out at that defensive end position, outside linebacker position.
Second down and 10 for the Cats on the 32-yard line.
Now second down and 10, 27 seconds on the clock. Erie still has 2 timeouts if they so choose to call them. The clock not running right now. Chi takes the snap. Stepping up in the pocket, now rolling to his left. Throws off his back foot to the end zone, incomplete. Good
nice
coverage
job
there from the secondary.
Is that a 22 or is that a 12? Okay. Tyler Nelson.
And he comes up a little.
Quarterback for the Hawks. Really nice job there of using the offhand, right? Using the offhand to get your hand in there, not trying to cut in front of the receiver, just making sure that he swipes the ball away.
And he came up a little gimpy. Quenta Wafer will come in to replace him here for these final 20 seconds. He was able to hobble off under his own power. Now third down and 10. Rolling to his right, throwing, passes caught. It's Park. Down to the 26-yard line.
Got out of bounds.
Stop the clock.
Yep. 11 seconds left. That's probably enough time for 2 more plays. It is 4th down, however.
And they picked up 7 yards. They need just a few more to pick up the first. On 4th down. trying to extend the game one more play. G takes the snap. He's going to the end zone.
Nice
lot of holding, but no flag comes in. The pass is incomplete. It was,
out of play.
yeah, it was not catchable, so no flag comes in. And that will just about do it. Hocking is going to have to take one victory formation kneel down. But they will win this game 42-7. They move to 2-4. Both of those wins coming here at home. They're now 2-1 on their home field, Tad. So,
yeah, it's been a real fun day here with you, Daniel. Obviously, you know, we're here covering the Hawks, and so I kind of root for the Hawks, noticeably so, I'm sure, amongst the listeners. But it's also nice to see all these different athletes from different parts of the country and different parts of the state, in this case, coming to Hocking College and competing with our Hawks. And the Hawks certainly put out, I think, I would say, their best performance of the season here today.
And that's your ball game.
the kneel is taken, and the Hawks win is official. 42-7, they dominate the Erie Kats here on their home field, led by head coach Craig Moore. An outstanding performance all the way around for this Hawks team. We'll be right back to wrap it up here on Total Media Sports.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career, or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
Hello, I'm Chief Barber from the Nelsonville Division of Fire here in Nelsonville, Ohio. We're here to briefly talk about the basket program we have here in the city of Nelsonville. Back in 1948, the basket program started to help 14 needy families. 2025 marks the 77th year of the basket program. This is a collaborative effort between our fire department and the York Township Volunteer Fire Department. That's about 2.5 miles from our station. This year, we aim to help over 200 needy families in the community, and every contribution for this program helps.
Right from the 2-5. Hey, Reed. Hey, Reed. Hey, let's take that rock. Let's go. That's how we get back in the win column, baby. That's how we get back in that win column, baby. Third, baby. Let's go. Hey, Ray.
To face the Community Christian College of Detroit up in Detroit next week before returning home 2 weeks from now against the College of DuPage. They will have back-to-back home games in Week 8 and Week 9. College of DuPage coming here to Nelsonville, as well as Howard Community College coming to Nelsonville before Week 10, when Hocking will head up to Erie to take on this very Erie Community College team. Week 11, lead prep here at home. That is the remaining part of the schedule for Hocking. 5 games to go. 6 games down. They are 2-4, looking for a better last 5 games in terms of the record, but they certainly got off on the right foot today.
What I saw today, I think Coach Moore and his staff, they're figuring out who their dogs are, right? Who their best players are in what positions. You know, you can tell there's been some shuffling around with the players. Some players playing maybe a little bit more that weren't playing as much early in the season. And he's figuring out who those guys are, right? Who those program players are. And I'm seeing that improvement, and that improvement obviously showed itself here today. Now, let's see what happens next week, right, up in Detroit.
For the Erie Community College Cats, they will take on Nassau next week, and broke it down earlier in the broadcast. Hocking lost to Nassau last week by 4 points, and Hocking put it on Erie here today. So that's going to be a tough matchup next week for Erie before they take on Hudson Valley as well at home. Hudson Valley took down Erie last week 42-14. So a tough few weeks on the schedule here coming up for Erie. Looking ahead to week 9, they'll take on Alfred University Junior Varsity, and then week 10, like we talked about just a minute ago, it'll be Hocking College at home. That's the remaining schedule for Erie and Hocking. And that is the remaining part of our broadcast here today. Once again, Hocking moves to 2-4 with a 42-7 win over Erie. For Tad Steinbrink, I'm Daniel Barnard. We want to give a huge shout out to our production crew here today. As always, Shane Fredericks, our producer, doing a great job on the sticks for us today, setting up this broadcast and making it possible for you. So huge shout out to Shane. Thank you so much. Sitting right off here to my right, gives me a little nod of approval.
And, of course, our camera guys, right?
And yes,
Ethan,
absolutely, our camera guys.
Yep.
Doing all the work. Brandon up top, Ethan as well. Huge shout out and thank you to all of them.
And Brandon, yep.
But, yes, we really do appreciate them. We appreciate everybody at Total Media Sports for making this possible, and everybody at Hocking for making this possible.
Yeah. Again, players are coming over here, meeting with their moms and dads and aunts and uncles and probably brothers and sisters. Folks, we certainly hope you get out there and enjoy Southeast Ohio and enjoy the night and enjoy times with your sons here. It's been a great day, and hopefully you get a little bit of time to celebrate together this evening. And again, as Daniel said, we're certainly thankful for Hocking College having us here covering today's game.
Well, that'll do it. For all of us at Total Media Sports, we say thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Good night.